I ain't about to. Yeah, all right. We back live. Hopefully the people gonna roll back in. I ain't even checked on my YouTube, but normally I can see on my streamers some people enter the building. Close. Yeah, that was live presentation right there. It was so rolling so well. I went and laid on the couch and just listened on the YouTube to see how it was sounding. It was off the hook.
Hey, that was crazy because I thought at the end I was like 2 hours, and I saw the time and I was like, damn, that was hella fast.
Yeah, I don't know. Let me see if I see
What
it
did
on
you what
YouTube.
did you time it at? I mean,
I thought it was about to be 2 hours minimum. I
but
thought
what way?
it was like 1 hour and 20 minutes.
Oh, that was some good time. Like I said, you was smoking. But like I said, anything was as far as like what any rebuttals need to be, it need to be to at least that standard, because that's what the problem is. People have been able to talk for 4 or 5 years and they haven't even presented nothing in that standard. You ain't been around that long. You know what I'm saying? Longer than they've been talking, and you put a great presentation together to, with primaries to show, what your stance is. So I think that needs to be the standard moving forward on the opposition side. Like they do
Yep.
a lot of talking, but I've never seen them do any presentations with what they call the experts validating their claim. So like you, Robert, y'all have put the standard out here, smash as well. And brother Reggie, we're gonna need some primaries from you guys instead of here chitter chatter and talking. So that's what it is. If they ain't gonna do that, then it's just entertainment. So with that said, I know we got a lot of brothers on the panel. So if everybody got something to say, like I said, I appreciate it, Cam, and I appreciate Smash for putting the presentation on his platform so more people can get it out. I want everybody, if you got a Facebook page or anywhere, we can get this information out. On all the presentations that we do moving forward, we need to do that.
I just put out a temporary public Archer's back chat invite. So if y'all see some, y'all be on patrol when y'all see new members. If y'all boop boop boop, if y'all, you know what I'm saying. But I did that in case people want to just hop in. You know that these links is temporary. So if somebody wanted to hop in the back chat, they can feel free as long as they got that Archer spirit. That's what's up, though.
Yeah, the last time somebody, well, let's say it, and Goldie put out some information. It was some pseudo information on Sherpin Show. So that was the last time I seen anything that they put out.
I don't even watch their show, to be honest. Like I kind of stay in my own little silo, doing my own research.
Yeah, I ain't looked at none of that in a minute either. I mean, I do when I think I might, if I get bored and they got a topic where I don't think they just capping, I might watch.
Yeah, they took an L.
Yeah, it's enough research out here to keep you busy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you definitely don't have to. But we all a community, and this fragmentation definitely is not good. So what I really like, this ain't nothing really like a malice. Like I don't really hate nobody or nothing like that. But I wish that somebody would have some integrity on the other side of the table, because I haven't seen them put anything forth that's going to be able to refute either Robert's presentation or Cam's. So at some point, we need to have somebody or something happen to where we can get back on the same page so this community can stay strong. Fragmentation ain't good. We all the same people. Then we don't need a crip and blood situation off in information. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, that sounds politically correct. But it's a crip and blood situation in white academia right now with every subject, every topic that ain't just 2 + 2 = 4. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so I agree, but that's just more romantic than it is. When some cats see in their face the obvious evidence, I don't want to be around them because they ain't really good for nothing. I'm just keeping in the buck. I'm not trying to drag some people along because they black. if they ain't really about to be good for that, that's my stance. All
I
this
believe
stuff
you.
that
I
these
see
people
that.
put out, you trying to tell me all the shit we've been showing them, and we still trying to be like, well, you know, we get. Nah, I mean, that's not me. I'm like, they
Right.
doing the shit on purpose. And then if you do let them, they just gonna do some divisive shit to where you standing there cut in the long run. Because we talking about ancient Egyptians being black. And we showing evidence that the majority of us in the conversation can see. So, I mean, a lot of the viewers can see that same thing. Anybody else just detracting, them niggas is lightweight haters. And that's just the best way I could say it.
Yeah, I like that. I like that, Smash, and I understand that to the fullest when you put it in that perspective. You know,
Yeah,
I
we don't
just,
need them.
but I just, you know, I was just going back through some old videos this week, and you know, it's like they know, but then what happened? That's what it's just crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's what be confusing me. Like how you was saying this 4 or 5 years ago, and now you on something just wild. You know what I mean? So it just, you know, because we had a relationship, a beautiful relationship before, but we, you know, homies fall out, and you know that shit happens. So I'm
Got
just
it.
trying to, you know, it's just crazy to me.
Well, you got an agenda to push, James. That's it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, when you got a particular agenda to push, which is atheism and Scientology, low key, and you pushing forth some damn, you know, evolution, this Charles Darwin shit. When you got an agenda to push, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna turn, you know what I mean, it's gonna turn friends to foes. God ain't got no agenda to push. You know what I'm saying? I mean, when you
Indeed.
think about how his journey began, he said he started as a group. It was just a name to him. That's all Kemet was to him at first, was just a name, hieroglyphics. And then he thought to himself, he said, damn, well, somebody come and ask us about Kemet, you know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna know. So then he began his studies. Now he can't help what he found in his studies that pointed him in the direction of truth. See,
Right.
he ain't pushing no agenda. He only pushing the facts of what he has found in his studies. These other cats, they, you know what I'm saying, they got an agenda against God. I done listened to a lot of individuals on this channel, on this platform. You know, they may not be, involved in a particular religion, but you know, we don't really, when in Smash particular, he always say, look, you know, I ain't about to be religion bashing nobody's religion like that. You see what
Right.
I'm saying? But see, when you got to push atheism, you know what I'm saying, that's dear to you, you got to somehow formulate your argument to have everybody stop believing what they believe in, or you got to push evolution, or you got to push this. All boils down to anti-blackness, God. And we don't need them.
Indeed. Yeah.
We don't need them. We do not need them. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of individuals that's going to have to fall by the wayside, you know what I'm saying, that has chosen the side of anti-blackness, of black hate, God. And these are not our brothers. These are not our sisters. These are real life opposition in real life. If anybody
I'm
has got
trying
the
to.
gall and got the nerve to ever utter something against blackness after what we have known to happen to our people because of the color of our skin and our features for the last, god damn, when you want to start when you want to start with the Muslim the enslavement of Africans by the Muslim slave trade, you want to start there?
Yeah, yeah, but we have people that used to agree with this concept, brother. So we have to like Chief X said he had tattoos in that.
Bro.
But hold on. But at one point he wasn't. So my question is what happened to them? Because they all of them, and Goldie was talking this black shit back in the days too. So
Minds have
what
become colonized, G. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Whatever,
that's what I be talking about,
regardless,
that
it's
good
out
guy.
of
That
our
But hold
confuses.
on. So the
That's the
question will
shit. You
be
see, that's the shit.
the
Because they
question
used to
though,
be
but the
family.
question it
They
will
was
be
family,
why.
bro. They believed. I mean, they had this
Well, I
Is it
really don't care. You know what
political?
I'm saying?
Like,
I don't
hold on.
care why,
You
G.
do gotta
All I
wonder.
know is that it's
That's the
foul,
only
and you
question
know
it
what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
it
was.
is foul, Robert. I
It's
agree.
foul, and we can't be sitting here trying to be a doctor These are
Right.
grown men and women. Now, if these was
But we,
babies, then I can see what you're saying. If these was
but
toddlers,
these
10,
are
11-year-old
black
children,
brothers and
these
sisters
cats are
that will
60
have
years old,
children.
55 years
But
old,
these are
50,
black brothers
late
and
40s,
sisters that
and
will
we
have
can't
children.
save these niggas after you been black your whole life, and then you want to climb up on YouTube and everything that comes out of your mouth is hatred towards black. The idea of blackness.
Yeah, man. Yeah, okay. I'm done.
You're a grown man, G. Somebody got to tell you at 50 years old not to talk shit about black people. When my granddad at 101 years old this year, when he was young, he had to walk with his head down. We got to tell you that. 60 years ago. You know what I'm saying? And what year is it? This night, 2024. Go back 24 years and then go back another 60 years. That's 84 years ago. You talking about what somebody just not got, you know, civil rights and shit. Malcolm X and getting shot. And this was 84. When our grandmamas was little. We got to tell a 50-year-old man not to go online and curse blackness and attribute that to, and he attributing our love for blackness as to us being infatuated or having a Stockholm syndrome, or we supposed to be the ones with a slave mind?
When a nigga get to going in, niggas get to feeling some kind of way.
He too old for that, God. All of them. They too old. They past the age. You seen the Matrix. They say after a certain age, you can't save them. Gee, you got to about 18 years old, God, dealing with me. 21 years old. You better get your shit together, you know what I'm saying, somewhere around in that area, you know what I'm saying? Because after a point, you continuing this foul, disrespectful, volatile, nasty, filthy, degenerate rhetoric to try to hurt my people because they
Okay.
want to now be in love with their blackness. Gee, you got to go. And I take it personally, like Michael Jordan, G. You know what I'm saying? Like I take this and I took it personally.
That's right.
Indeed. Salute the Cam, man. You did your thing, God. I ain't gonna hold you.
Can you?
I appreciate it. We just gotta keep this standard, you know, this standard of giving the presentation, showing the sources, you know, making it entertaining. I think it's a high level standard. And anybody who wants to like debate or refute, you gotta come at that standard. If you can't do that standard, then it's no fuego. It's a no-go. I mean, me personally,
So-
I ain't even entertain it.
So it's a coincidence why my man, why I can't call him a man. You know what I'm saying? It's not my boy. You know what I'm saying? Not my G-Bo. Why is it every time and goes to get upset and you get in a debate with him, he start anti-African slurs then? Somebody answer that question.
I know you didn't know.
Why he began to call somebody swollen monkey thumbs? Start talking about
That's
you a
it.
burner boy, you a jungle monkey, all of these racial slurs. Why he go off in that direction then? See, this is some serious shit that you dealing with in this community. When he gets upset, he sound like Uncle Ruckus. Sound like Django off of Stevens from Django. This is some serious shit that y'all. I mean, this is beautiful and fun for us, but in the reality and totality, to bring this in its true spectrum, this ain't like Shorty said the other night. That Egyptologist that dusted them on their own show. She said I couldn't be black and have this conversation. She said
That's
I'd
right.
be pissed off.
That's right.
That was crazy. No, that whole show, I was like, these up here agreeing with the archers. Like, she a magi, low key. Becky the magi.
That's what I said. What I said. Yeah.
Let's watch that interview. Wait a minute.
Cue the video.
Hey, let's
Yes,
watch.
please.
You guys, everyone in the chat, watch Beavis and Butthead try to interview an Egyptologist, right? Trying to get her to say that the ancient Egyptians wasn't black. They keep going to Egyptologists over and over and over. And the white people looking at them like, what is y'all, some boot licking ass coons? Like, that's what they looking at them like. Like, what's the matter with y'all? These motherfuckers was black. Now a white person gotta tell you? Oh my gosh. And they say it out their mouth. They don't tiptoe around it. They don't be like, well, you kind of know. They be like, no. What we call black, That's what the ancient Egyptians was. And these fools sit there with oh, we about to have some fun. Who got the video? Who got the video? Somebody, hold on. That is the craziest. Let me see if I can go find it. God,
James posted it. James posted it yesterday in the chat.
I mean, they be saying it to their face. Like, I don't even. Now, it really got sad because the last Egyptologist basically told them, y'all should be like the archers.
Yeah.
Y'all should be like the archers.
I would be. She low key said I would be like Khalid Muhammad if I was black.
Basically.
That was crazy. It's like that's like what? That's like 0 for 4. They done got swept. What? Rebecca Wang, Cooney. What was the other one?
Huh?
That white dude. I'm saying they got swept. They 0 for 4, so they swept.
Maggie Bryson. They got
Evening joy.
Now I gotta share this. Hold on. We about to have some fun. Let me get this off of here and put this on. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Well, I thought I had some of the clips because I was working on it, but I'm gonna close this editor. This is some old.
He said he ran and broken by E1B1. I'm looking at the comments right now.
I mean, it got so pitiful after a while.
Can you repost the link?
The link right here, you can see it. I can, but I'm sharing it. Y'all can let me know if y'all can see it.
In the chat, we're asking to repost the link.
I ain't promote. Oh, the link to this. You talking about to this Discord? Let me see.
Yeah.
Anybody? I think Sadiq was taking care of that. I just seen him ask for his email. Yeah. So let me see. Oh, can y'all see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it.
Now, everybody watching. Oh wait, people saying they can't see it. Let me look and see.
Yeah, I see it.
Oh, okay. No, I was looking. Now, everybody watching, these guys are contacting Egyptologists in order to try to prove that Egypt wasn't black. So that's already hella crazy, right? You would think they got an alley-oop. Like you would think it would be real easy for them, right? But they on their third Egyptologist. And Kara Cooney and Maggie Bryson told them directly to their face, you tripping. Told them directly to your face, you tripping. And she said black, and they all say black. Now, I'm going to possibly play from Garfield's last question in order not to just, but really, I don't really need to do that because they just be asking so much stupid stuff. But she going to just go in, so let me see. Watch now, to have some fun when y'all watching this video, watch how sad they be when they get their mask cracked. Garfield gonna start looking down at his phone, a disrespectful gesture when somebody talking, but he can't take it. That she first, I want everybody to be clear on what she's gonna do. First, she gonna tell them, yeah, they black. If I don't play it in this point of the video, she's gonna say, that guy's work that you sent me, he on point. Who work you think they sent them? Then she gonna say,
I bet you Garfield bought her book and sent it to her. I bet you Garfield bought Black like Osiris and sent it to her.
I hope so. That would be even a better promotion. But she said sent me videos. Now, y'all gotta remember, here's the big question. Because they doing some type of what's it called? Some cultist shit right now to where These ladies are saying it directly to their faces, and they go back to their followers doing shows acting like they caught a win or something. And if the people who follow them gotta be like Zeta males. If you follow behind somebody when they clearly, it's like you a punk. It's like somebody lying right in your face and you scared to say, look, man, I hear exactly what she's saying and y'all wrong. And they gonna let them twist it in front of them just to keep their friendships intact. That's when you know you a sucker. When you can watch this video and still ride with their bullshit. Now let me show you. Listen to what she say.
There, I think we may be dealing with
Hold on, I want to go back.
it in rituals associated with
What they're talking about something else right now.
associated with
At about 20. Let's see.
be dealing with
What is that?
associated with them.
What is that?
In rituals associated with them.
All right. Number 2, why did Egyptologists, I would say, why did some Egyptologists only call the Nubian dynasty of Egypt the Black Dynasty?
Oh man.
There, I think we may be dealing with modern definitions of what it means to be Black. You know, a lot of people, I think, like to see themselves reflected in the ancient cultures they admire. And I think a lot of those same people who would, you know, and I'm thinking up until fairly recently, you know, I mean, frankly, I think Hitler was famous for seeing Nefertiti, the bust of Nefertiti, as a type of perfect Aryan womanhood. And so by definition, anybody who the ancient Egyptians saw as, you know, slightly different from them, well, what's the big difference, right? They have darker skin, they're from farther into Africa, right? The Nubian pharaohs, the Sudanese pharaohs, are darker than the Egyptians physically. They are more African in appearance to us. They are Black, and so we're just going to choose to draw the line at, you know, modern day Lake Nasser.
Okay.
But in fact, if we walked into ancient Egypt, everybody would have been, most people would have been more or less Black by our standards anyway. It's what you want to see in people.
Right.
Man, that's a good answer.
So they're gonna fake ass Bobby Banger saying that he think that's a good answer. That everybody in ancient Egypt would have been Black. Y'all see how much bullshit you dealing with? Why he ain't fighting her? Why he ain't cuss her mom out? Why he ain't say he think she a coward? This is bullshit. She told him right to their motherfucking face, and he sit there talking about that's a good answer. What?
Would have been
Listen again.
more or less Black.
You hear the word Black? Golly.
Choose to draw the line at, you know, modern day Lake Nasser.
Okay.
But in fact, if we walked into ancient Egypt, everybody would have been, most people would have been more or less Black by our standards anyway. It's what you want to see in people.
Right.
Man, that's a good answer. We're gonna have to break that answer all the way down. Maybe right now here, but we're gonna have to break that answer.
What is it to break down about if you walk in? See, that's how you know you fake. Break it down to them mean put the spin on it. Okay, we're gonna have to break that answer all the way down. You don't have to break that. Yeah.
Face. I would have loved to see him break that right. Break. I would have loved to see him break it down right now.
But
she already deferred and told you. She said, I'm not Black. So y'all, she deferring to y'all. So you could have said whatever you wanted to say. She said that she's not Black. So, you know, she really doesn't feel comfortable saying these things. But since y'all want to have a conversation, and do you know what I'm saying? So this shit is just crazy that they doing this. I mean, excuse my kind of like, this is just crazy. But go ahead.
Excuse what?
I mean, cause you know, like I know I kind of sound like frustrated in the way that they being like acting like they don't understand what this fucking woman is saying, and that it is something like you said to break down. She's saying it in plain fucking English.
It ain't nothing to break down. Let's rewind.
Right.
and see, is this something to break down?
Okay.
When in fact, what's the big difference, right? A lot of people, I think, like to see themselves reflected in the ancient cultures they admire. And I think a lot of those same people who would, and I'm thinking up until fairly recently, I mean, frankly, I think Hitler was famous for seeing Nefertiti, the bust of Nefertiti, as a type of perfect Aryan womanhood. And so by definition, anybody who the ancient Egyptians saw as, slightly different from them, well, what's the big difference, right? They have darker skin, they're from farther into Africa, right? The Nubian pharaohs, the Sudanese pharaohs, are darker than the Egyptians physically. They are more African in appearance to us. They are Black, and so we're just going to choose to draw the line at, modern day Lake Nasser.
Okay.
When in fact, if we walked into ancient Egypt, everybody would have been, most people would have been more or less Black by our standards anyway. It's what you want to see in people.
Right.
Man, that's a good answer. We're gonna have to break that down.
So she told him it's what you want to see in people, and they don't want to see no blackness in the ancient Egyptians. Ain't that crazy?
But hold on, Smith. I think I might see the little wormhole that he might try to wiggle through. When she said by our standards.
None of that matter, because see, that's beating them up on their argument. I maintain my argument that they called themselves Black as a physical description. But see, they keep throwing,
me too.
But they throw race into it, and they think that that's their ace in their hole, because they think they're going to get all these scholars to say Black is a social construct. None of them is saying that shit.
She's saying it based on our modern understanding of it, they Black.
Exactly.
And that ain't got nothing to do with the racism that you invoking in the conversation. You just adding that in on your own.
Adding it in just to have something to say.
Answer all the way down. Maybe right now here, but we're gonna have to break that answer all the way down. I like that.
You're gonna have to put the spin on it. And if you like that answer, tell me what you like about that answer, because that's what I've been saying the whole time. They Black.
Right. And what we're seeing and what we perceive to be African, Africa is a very diverse place. You could have a person with very light skin. And
she didn't say none of that. You hear this shit? God, he just taking her shit and changing it.
Perceive them to be European, and in actuality, they're not. That their geographical origin is in Africa biologically. So, very diverse places, not just a place where you think.
Yeah, she looking like she got a student who's speaking out of place, and she just don't want to stop him because it's up for some reason. Look, watch this.
It's what you want to see in people.
Right.
Man.
So watch him read. He gonna take her words and put it in a new package. Watch this new packaging.
That's a good answer. We're gonna have to break that answer all the way down. Maybe right now here, but we're gonna have to break that answer all the way down. I like that. Right. And what we're seeing and what we perceive to be African, Africa is a very diverse place. You could have a person with very light skin and perceive them to be European, and in actuality, they're not. That their geographical origin is in Africa biologically. So, very diverse places, not just.
She like that ain't what I'm saying, bro.
Everybody would look the same way, and I think that's a hurdle we got to get over.
And even people with very dark skin, the question of whether even the darkness of your skin makes you Black per se, right? With all of that baggage that we've imposed on the idea of being Black. I had one of my distant ancestors. I did a genealogy project when I was in high school, and I found out I had a distant ancestor who had very dark skin. My suspicion is he was a Spanish pirate of originally African ancestry, North African ancestry, or a Spanish sailor, maybe not a pirate. Pirate sounds too cool. But there was apparently a big conversation about whether or not he was Black. He had dark skin. But whether or not he was Black and therefore beyond the pale, but therefore subject to enslavement, was something that they had to work out. And eventually, like a white landowner came and shook hands with him, and that settled it in court. They decided, oh, well, he's actually Arab. He's Turkish. He's not actually Black, even though he was quite dark. Wow. This idea that there is some pot of people that are Black and that there's a line between those people and everybody else, I think where people choose to draw that line historically has differed. and has been a really pernicious tool in some hands. And I don't, and again, it's not for me to say where or whether you should ever draw that line, right? Because, you know, wherever you draw that line, I'm going to fall on the white side of it, right? Like I'm going to have benefit.
All these kicks and giggles I don't want to hear. Let's go to the next steps. But I don't know how they don't understand that. Check this out, y'all.
Yeah, that one drop rule is kicking, live and kicking.
Holy shit.
First of all, that ain't what I came to address. Listen.
Pseudo-scientific, man. I never want to be judged by a pseudo-scientific standard, because that's actually the standard that helped promote racism, white supremacy, and it also promoted slavery of 10 million people. Those pseudo-scientific ideas of race.
Now Garfield gonna try to serve her a loaded ass question, and she gonna unpack that stupid ass loaded ass question hella easy. Watch this. And think about this. A little kid can unpack this question, so I don't know why he asked it.
In our communities.
But she gonna beat the brakes off him with, see, this is what's worse, y'all. I know now, I don't like to be saying in no situation I know the most. Definitely about this content, I don't know the most. But about what's going on here, I can hear the cuts because I made the content that she reviewed secretly that she getting at them about. So he about to ask her a question, now it's a sneak loaded question, but if you listen to the question, it's hella stupid. And she gonna beat the brakes off him with content that was in my video. Face on face, watch this.
And what does it cost us as a society?
Hold on,
when we
further.
Right, but to me, from where I sit,
it's like the next question.
People would, fight for the blackness of Egypt, and that being based off of, for the first time.
Now, first, hold on.
You finally can say
now he's talking about, he trying to act like he was sympathetic towards the movement of people fighting for Egypt or whatever. Just listen and watch how she respond to him.
How people would, fight for the blackness of Egypt, and that being based off of, for the first time, we finally can say something good came out of Africa, just based off the way the standards were pushing back on African people. And so people like, man, for the first time, we can actually, batten down the hatches and recognize that Egypt is an African, come out of an African culture, African civilization. And now y'all trying to take that away from us by attacking their blackness. And so you talk about how you understand that. So you want to kind of elaborate on that, or?
So like we were talking a little bit earlier about the fact that I can sympathize with the impulse to sort of, to be very strident, to be very argumentative, to be
an archer, to say, shut your punk ass up, to say, I'll slap the shit out you. Ancient Egyptians is black. She can sympathize with that. To be strident, to be argumentative.
to act very certain about the blackness of the ancient Egyptians, because for the longest time, the very longest time, there was this prevailing idea that black is Africa and Africa is less than, right? That no matter what happens, no matter how you cast it, anytime you fall on the wrong side of that dividing line between black and not black, even not between black and white, whatever's coming from that black side is going to be less than. And it took people being willing to challenge that orthodoxy, and sometimes in a very ill-informed way, right? Sometimes, it just took people coming up and going, I feel like this, and so I'm going to say it and make it right. And it turns out they actually were in some ways.
Uh-oh.
Right?
He tried to agree with that ill-informed way with some ad-libs, and she came out. It turns out they were right.
Yeah, right back around and Cuddy.
Now we can look at Egypt and say the ancient Egyptians are an African civilization. These are people that, by and large, we probably would have looked at and thought, oh, these are black people. And
now look,
they invented.
How many times is she saying this to these people, y'all? How many times is she saying
it's uncountable. Black, 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 right in their face. They was black, probably black. They might have looked like black people. Black, black, black.
I know, God.
They ain't saying nothing.
They ain't
Not
saying...
one time did I hear, oh, you can't say that.
Facts.
I mean, I know I ain't going crazy over here, so it make me just be
they're
like,
just being courteous to the guests or to the
no,
to the
that's not
PhD,
what they're doing.
That's what they're gonna say.
No, I understand
Right.
that they don't need to. That you definitely don't need to bombard your guests. I'm saying you are bringing her on to prove to your audience the ancient Egyptians were not black,
and the scholars don't use the word black.
Exactly, and here they are saying, no, y'all tripping. They was black. Over and over again. She keeps saying it every time.
Happens no matter how you cast it. Anytime you fall on the wrong side of that dividing line between black and not black, even not between black and white, whatever's coming from that black side is going to be less than. And it took people being willing to challenge that orthodoxy, and sometimes in a very ill-informed way, right? Sometimes, it's just two people coming up and going, I feel like this, and so I'm going to say it and make it right. And it turns out they actually were in some ways, right?
Absolutely.
Because
Absolutely,
now we can look at Egypt and say the ancient Egyptians are an African civilization. These are people that, by and large, we probably would have looked at and thought, oh, these are black people. And they invented medicine, they invented engineering, they invented math, and they invented ethics. So where does that leave us?
Hold on, let me ask y'all something. Her question, y'all got to look at all of this. I'm looking at her gestures. She put her arms out and she like, so what does that leave us?
She really like, man, what y'all gonna say?
Exactly. She not like the whole world. She like, yo, you send me these dumbass emails. You know what I'm saying? And I got this to say. So where does that leave us, motherfucker?
People that, by and large, we probably would have looked at and thought, oh, these are black people. And they invented medicine, they invented engineering, they invented math, and they invented ethics. So where does that leave us, right?
We'll do that. Hold on. That's a good question. Where does what she just said leave Garfield and Brother Unc?
And look how they looking.
That leave us looking stupid.
Look at Garfield's face.
Nigga, Alka-Seltzer, Pepto-Bismol or something.
Oh my God, his stomach hurt. You could tell when somebody's stomach hurt. You can't just walk up. What's up? Where your stomach hurt? Your stomach hurt.
Some Rolade.
Hey, you know what that gut wrench? It's gut wrench. It's that wrench. It start turning. And then after the wrench, it'd be the butterflies. You know, when you out of pocket, golly. And now look, I mean, I'm going to just play it over and over for the antagonism.
Being willing to challenge that orthodoxy, and sometimes in a very ill-informed way, right? Sometimes, it's just two people coming up and going, I feel like this, and so I'm going to say it and make it right. And it turns out they actually were in some ways, right?
Absolutely.
Because
I said absolutely that they were right. So she said the uninformed, the dudes who just came out on Negro intuition and said, you know what, the Egyptians is black. And she said they actually was kind of right. And his ad-lib is absolutely. Now, even if you being respectable to the guest, you don't have to lie your stance. I don't do that shit. I just be quiet. What you mean, absolutely? This is what we've been telling you. Listen.
This prevailing idea that black is Africa and Africa is less than, right? That no matter what happens, no matter how you cast it, anytime you fall on the wrong side of that dividing line between black and not black, even not between black and white, whatever's coming from that black side is going to be less than. And it took people being willing to challenge that orthodoxy, and sometimes in a very ill-informed way, right? Sometimes, it's just two people coming up and going, I feel like this. And
sometimes in a very ill-informed way. Sometimes just like, I just feel like the ancient Egyptians is black. Look, you call it lookership and all this shit. And look at what she said.
So I'm going to say it and make it right. And it turns out they actually were in some ways, right?
Absolutely.
because now we can look at Egypt and say the ancient Egyptians are an African civilization. These are people that, by and large, we probably would have looked at and thought, oh, these are Black people. And they invented medicine, they invented engineering, they invented math, and they invented ethics. So where does that leave us, right?
Exactly. Drop a bomb.
And again, I'm speaking in very broad generalities here, right? It's not necessarily the case that Egypt is the sole origin point of all that we would think of as Western civilization, right? But Egypt has this extraordinary intellectual tradition, you know, and I do think a lot of what we think of as ethics, right? This idea that the weak should be cared for, that the strong have an
well, she gonna just say all that came from them. But look, I want to get to the next math cracker. You can just go watch it on Garfield channel so he can recoup off his Egyptology line item. He had about 1,500 deep in the hole right now. It's the only reason why he's sharing these videos that contradict his stance. He got a bubble back. And if not, you explain to me, Garfield, why you sharing these videos. Because I'm fair and I'm honest. So then what you fearing you honest about? That you was wrong. Retarded.
Correct. Had to be.
like it's, and with a teenager, you can excuse it. It's their child, right? And there are and sometimes they will come to you and try to learn. But if Egypt is an African civilization, and I had been looking at Egyptian sculptures in museums, and I were a person of primarily African ancestry, I would just, you know what I mean?
Her head would explode. Right? Exactly. Just like that. But y'all call it lookership. But she say she could tell right by looking at the statues that she'd just be like, you know what I mean? Now let's hear more.
Absolutely. You don't have to have a degree to look at a map and know that Egypt is in Africa. You don't have to have a degree, right, to recognize some of these things. Like my hair will not do what ancient Egyptian statues' hair does. It just won't.
She cut them so many, bruh. I mean, she blowing up tanks. Man. Every bomb you hear is an exploding tank because she blowing up tanks.
I will never look like an ancient Egyptian woman.
Look, again, I would never look like an ancient Egyptian woman.
No. And so, regardless, right, like, but in point of fact, the fact that I'm not Black doesn't mean that I can't learn about and change it. I hope. You know,
the fact that she's not Black. Man, y'all is out here ancient on the ancient side of history. Imagine if this was in your YouTube catalog for your great grandkids to see. Let's go look at great grandpa when he was tripping.
You know what I mean? Like I hope that that our shared humanity is enough to make it responsible and ethical and proper for me to respectfully go to ancient Egypt, look at it as a civilization, try to learn everything I can about it. Black people are ourselves. We try to.
That's 12. How different?
Hold on.
Let me get. How different is Egyptology in America to Egyptology in England?
Different parts of the internet. Those are and so
one last question.
We're big on nicknames. They were big on.
Oh, here we go.
And we do this all the time, right? We choose our names.
Math.
We see Scorp.
Now listen to this.
Hold for a minute.
Now this question is one of the silliest questions in the world, but I want y'all to see how he not even good at doing. Like this dude just, he ain't the brightest, Garfield. He got some good qualities in research, but when it comes to like debating and forming arguments, look at this poorly put together shit he about to ask. He's gonna say, now I'm gonna let y'all hear the question before she dismantles it and tears it completely apart and then refers back to what he was sneakily trying to get at. And she just said, she just say, you trying to talk about this? She just start talking about it and beat the brakes off him. But listen to this question real quick.
What is the significance in giving a reference to an object?
First of all, I ain't gonna even stop it yet. What is the significance of giving a reference to an object
in a name of a person? Like when we see scorpion, red, or black, or crocodile.
Did y'all hear that question? But hold on, I gotta rewind that, man. That was the dumbest shit I ever heard. Hold on.
In a name of...
What is the... Listen.
You crazy, bro.
Listen to this shit.
He said that was the dumbest shit.
Yeah, listen to this.
Question.
Like if you got an Egyptologist on deck, you ask him this. Listen.
To word this one, but let me mute out for a minute. What is the significance in giving a reference to an object in a name of a person? Like when we see scorpion, red, or black, or crocodile.
Now, did y'all hear that? Scorpion, red, black, or crocodile? Are you the idiotest of idiots? Did you just ask her that? And then he said, like scorpion, red, black, or crocodile.
Yo, those are mad different words.
Oh my God, and she about to get at him and say, what the hell you talking about? Watch how she get at him like take it back to the elementary level.
So those are, I would almost say that's sort of two different things, like a scorpion or a crocodile. If you name a person after an animal or an object, a thing that has, especially a scorpion or a crocodile, something that's powerful and dangerous.
Notice how hold on. Notice how she did exactly what we doing. She said, let's talk about the colors in a minute. First, let's talk about how dumb you are for asking me, what is it like to name a person after a scorpion or a crocodile, bro? Are you serious? Like, what does it mean to be called running bear? What does it mean to be called, fast horse, strong horse? Huh? Are you asking her that? But then she's just going to explain it to you and separate them. And then she's going to point to what you was trying to get at to show you that you can't do that in academia. Watch.
And we do this all the time, right? We choose our names on the basis of what they mean to us, what they evoke, what they call up in our minds. And so a scorpion or a crocodile is a powerful thing. A person named Scorpion, hopefully he's going to be a powerful guy, right? As far as a name, an ancient Egyptian having a name, Kem.
See, I told you. She left out just shared. And she like, look, you asking a dumbass question to try to get me to talk about them slides you sent me. So she just, look, as far as an ancient Egyptian having the name Kim, golly, this shit is terrible, dog. So I'm going to rewind it so y'all can see the whole context.
A person named Scorpion, hopefully he's going to be a powerful guy, right? As far as a name, an ancient Egyptian having a name, Kem, and it happened not infrequently that the ancient Egyptians would have either a name or a nickname. More commonly, I think, a nickname, Kem.
Not infrequently.
Not infrequently.
Infrequently means it doesn't happen a lot. She said not infrequently, Garfield.
I wondered if they caught that. They kind of slow. You know what I'm saying?
I had to explain it for them.
I couldn't even let you get it out first. You see what I'm saying?
But it seemed patronizing because she's like, not infrequently.
Yeah, because she like,
no, that means that this name is kind of like a nickname that a lot of people had, from what I understood. Am I wrong?
You're not wrong. A lot of people had it, and she is telling them that. Listen.
A name, an ancient Egyptian having a name, Kem. And it happened not infrequently that the ancient Egyptians would have either a name or a nickname. More commonly, I think, a nickname, Kem. So like there's a guy like Pepi Ankh. His name is Pepi Ankh, may the pharaoh Pepi live. It's the name itself is a reference to the king, and may actually have not been his original name. It might be a name that he adopted as a priest of a dead king, or as a government functionary under a living king. But so he would have that name Pepi Ankh, and then at the end it's Kem, the black.
Let's just stop. How many times did we tell him, look, his name Pepi Ankh Kim, the black, is in the adjectival position. Is this. They said it was a title artist. Let's see what she said.
The ancient Egyptians were big on nicknames. They were big on changing their names when they had a change in life circumstance, adding a name that reflected something about who they were as people. A man would have, or a woman might have a name, and then what they called a good name, a ren nefer, that we translate loosely as kind of a nickname.
Let me say something about what she just said. Why did Henny the Black, he kept the black on both his names? When he took his good name, it still was Henny, I gotta look it up. We'll look it up. But it still had the black on it. So he had two names that was the black.
And so for a lot of people, Kem was their nickname, and it probably, or could have, possibly at least, referred to the fact that their skin and hair were darker than their average neighbor.
Now look. She said it could. I want y'all to hear this because I want to press pause because cats be acting like they miss shit. She said it possibly could relate to their skin or their hair being darker than their neighbor. Now listen to what she says about hair right after that.
Or their skin, probably. Most Egyptians seem to have black hair.
Killed them. Or their skin, because most Egyptians seem to have black hair. Killed them.
They done. To their face too.
Right to their face. So now they don't say, when we say they called themselves black because they called themselves Kim. I'm going to listen to this again. For anybody who don't know, she just beat the brakes off them.
But so he would have that name Pepianch, and then at the end it's Kem, the black. The ancient Egyptians were big on nicknames. They were big on changing their names when they had a change in life circumstance, adding a name that reflected something about who they were as people. A man would have, or a woman might have a name, and then what they called a good name, a ren nefer, that we translate loosely as kind of a nickname. And so for a lot of people, Kem was their nickname, and it probably, or could have, possibly at least, referred to the fact that their skin and hair were darker than their average neighbor.
For a lot
or their
of
skin
people,
probably,
Kim was their nickname.
But look, she's so hard. Look, she's so hard that she knew she made an error by saying hair, and she fixed it instantly. Please feel this, because they're gonna try to link onto that shit. Like she said hair. Listen.
Good name, a ren nefer, that we translate loosely as kind of a nickname. And so for a lot of people, Kem was their nickname, and it probably, or could have, possibly at least, referred to the fact that their skin and hair were darker than their average neighbor. Or their skin, probably. Most Egyptians seem to have black hair.
Okay.
Yeah, she said skin too.
Or their
twice.
skin, probably, because most Egyptians have black hair, so it referred to their skin. Man, I don't even get it.
They cook, man.
Now, on top of that, these videos.
And why is that so hard to understand? Like, how come she can understand? How come she can avoid the true Negro fallacy, but they can't?
Exactly.
That's crazy to me.
Nah, to they're indigenous, they not black.
She killed all that shit.
Yeah, I don't see how they can come back from this, because it's third one more, and they're swept. You know, and I low key consider the white dude that you had on as the fourth.
Oh yeah, because I got Rebecca Wang stumbling and bumbling. Let's listen to Rebecca Wang stumbling and bumbling. Because if she really say it by accident, I'll be listening like a detective, right? We're gonna listen to what she say. She trying to avoid saying it, but the truth can't. First of all, let me go to what was Rebecca Wang? That was Pseudo Killers. Then we're gonna get back to, I want to hear what people thought about that presentation. But right now we consume with this, so let me try to pull this over here, see if I can do that. Now here go Rebecca Wang. All right, let me open this up. This wasn't no better. But by this time, Brendan them said, okay, it's time to fall off, because why would I maintain this? I'm a smart man. What she telling me is that we pseudo. Let me get up out of here. But at this time, they was asking questions thinking they was going to get something up out of this. Now, let's see. It was the social. Y'all seeing the screen, right?
Yo, I forgot all about this one.
Man, this about to be hella funny.
I already know this one. Yo, what did he say? Brendan fell off. You sure right. I ain't seen Brendan since.
Now watch her. Now, no disrespect to her, but she trying to maintain her academic, I don't want to say integrity, because that ain't integrity, just saying some shit because that's how they teach it. But whatever she's trying to maintain, that's what she's trying to do. But we're going to analyze her statements the way we do, like archers, for precision. And what we're going to see, like, forensic detectives should not be the most precise people in our society. So we could at least employ some of their shit and listen to ways that a lawyer and a detective will listen and box that shit up. She basically about to tell us that this means black people. Well, let's listen to but while she's trying to avoid saying it. Now let's listen.
The conversation. So Sosa, you got to come off mute now. And here is, we want to talk about, a particular pieces of the hieroglyphs here. So I'll pass it over to you, Ankh, and Sosa. Conversation.
Go ahead, Sosa.
Yeah, they were basically trying to get an understanding of how do you, like, you see the glyph with the two people sitting and the three marks underneath, right? And like how would you how would you translate that? And that's script.
The last
I
word.
think the sound went out.
Yeah. So the three short strokes.
Part of what she does.
Somebody said the sound went out.
So
Yeah. Nah, we can hear it.
Oh,
yeah, I
I
can
thought
hear it
somebody
still.
said the sound went out. Hold on, my bad. We'll bring it back.
I'll pass it over to you, Ankh, and Sosa for this piece of the conversation.
Do you read it like, in a sense, like the people of the black?
No, I skipped all through it. My bad.
They were basically trying to get an understanding of how do you, like, you see the glyph with the two people sitting and the three marks underneath, right? And like how would you how would you translate that? And that's script.
The last word.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the three short strokes they represent basically plurality because.
First of all, can I ask y'all a question? Why she start at the three short strokes?
Because he kind of centered there.
No, he asked her what the final word means.
Back it back again. See what
yeah.
Sosa says.
Yeah, he did try to lead her there, but she's the expert.
Listen.
Oh, I see. And why
like
did
you
she
see
start
the glyph with the,
not at the third one. I'm saying why did you start when telling them what it means? She started at the three strokes. But let's listen.
Two people sitting.
I don't know why.
And the three marks underneath, right? And like how would you
He said with the two people sitting and the three marks underneath.
How would you translate that? And that's script.
The last word.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the three short strokes they represent basically plurality because number three is a number of multitude plurality, so it's a marker to indicate a plural term.
And the like, so when you read it in totality, do you read it like, in a sense, like the people of the black land, or
just read so it will be, the noun will be pronounced Kemet. So Egyptians, the writing system have signs that present sound and signs that present meaning. So in this case, sound, Kemet, is.
So she basically snuck. See, she said Egyptians have signs that present sound and Egyptians have signs that produce meaning. So in this case, sound. So she trying to tell them the meaning of blackness ain't attached to that, but she about to mess up. Did y'all hear how she tried to do that? Look.
Yep.
A plural term.
the like, so when you read it in totality, do you read it like, in a sense, like the people of the Black land, or
Just read. So it will be, the noun will be pronounced Kemet. So Egyptians, the writing system have signs that present sound and signs that present meaning. So in this case, sound, Kemet, is represented by this sign. I don't, you can't see my cursor, but this little sign represents the scale of a crocodile. So it's represent the colored black, and the little
so it represents the color black. Okay, as she's breaking it down.
half spherical.
Half moon under there, yeah.
Yeah, that is a feminine marker, T. So Kemet, that's represents, these two signs represent the sound of how to pronounce this word. And they're also the seated men and women, behind these sounds. They represent the meaning of this word. So you see that, words with these, I guess, ideograms, they represent groups of people.
So she did say the first part mean black, even though she tried to
damn,
part
black.
of
That was the worst stuttering I've ever
So
heard.
remember, that's the first Egyptologist that beat them up.
Man, did you see how long she's taking to see? And then the way he asked it, I would have went down the line with that. Okay,
but she don't want to say black people, right? She don't want to say
I would have did it like this though, Smash. I would have said the first would say black, the second would say, because it's in red right there. So how do you render this last one? Would you say Egyptian, or would you? And why is it avoiding the black on this particular? See, that's where you got to ask these folks this. You can't be beating around the bush about.
And then you got to ask if it's the 11th dynasty, would it be Egyptians? See, they didn't even go into everything what they needed to ask them. But they surface level anyway.
She said black and people, and all that stuttering, no disrespect to her. She just was probably nervous, so you can't, she was probably nervous. And
Hold on, she could have been nervous because that was.
Yeah, so we respect
You're
her
around some black people too.
Yeah, exactly. But
My
she was
bad.
like,
My
okay.
apologies, Miss Wang. I'm sorry. I didn't even think about that, but that's crazy.
But she said, and this means a group of people.
And so it's the same with other words shown here. So the second word here is also pronounced Kemet, but it designates the country, not people. So you can.
So the other one designate people. Okay, cool.
See the signs that present sounds are still the same. So the scale sign represent the sound Kim, and the owl sign in the middle is the sign for M. So actually, the word is fully spelled out. So it's KMMT, actually spelled just pronounced as Kemet, but it's actually written KMMT. And the last sign, a circular sign with a crossroads in the middle, represents a town. So it's basically a fortified town with a city wall and a crossroads in the middle. And that is the ideogram, the sign for settlements, cities, and towns in Egyptian.
She didn't. She didn't say nothing about no damn land or silk. She said it represents a town or a settlement.
Told you.
You know, they be talking about that means some silt or some black soil or something.
Oh, they asked her
she
directly.
Said it's a town or a settlement.
Let's go find when they asked her directly about the black silt. I'm pretty sure they didn't. They didn't screenshot that question. But they asked her about that, and she said she ain't got no source on that.
Oh, sure did. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, she's supposed to be getting back with Brendan on that.
Man, ain't no getting back on that.
And also, first glyph, he sourced a letter and said, "Does that mean black? What did he say? City or?" He didn't say black. No, he said black. He said black land. He let her off the bat.
She didn't fall for the bait.
Nope, she corrected him.
I'm trying to find that other question. They probably asked. I got a clip of it. I ain't even tripping right now. But I'm gonna have some fun with all that stuff. But basically, all that Egyptologist told them, Karakuni told them, like, what am I supposed to say? I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. Kamji.
Good.
So that presentation was hot, man.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, that presentation was hot. I don't know what they're gonna be able to say back. Well, I mean, I don't know.
They really don't have a comeback, you know, because all you could do is deny. But in terms of studies, like I did a lot of literature review to try to see, like, to steelman the opposition, and I didn't come up with much other than that new Abasir study, which is still like has a lot of the same problems as Jean-Philippe and Shamarka Katie were talking about. Other than that, they don't really have much. And I even got, like, on the archaeology tip, it's even worse. Like that one is like, I mean, it's like at that point, because I got, you know, plan to, because I got some archaeology one, and I got some cultural, like a cultural one in terms of like holidays, in terms of like festivals, rituals, and then the linguistic one. That's probably like a grand finale. But other than that, I mean, sheesh, it's like they're really just being, you know, useless detractors and clumsy gatekeepers because they're not really pushing new content into the community. They're just trying to, you know, go against black and go against, you know, black people's self-determination. And to me, like, that's historically a shame.
Yeah, I know, actually. I can't say you're lying on that.
Yep. Is anybody like, because I know you said you put out the link. I don't know if people want to like ask questions or, you know, just talk about more of the sources, more of the information.
Yeah, if anybody got sources, questions, they can put them in the chat or feel free to join. We had the link up. I don't know if it's still up. Hit Sadiq. He can shoot
I'll
it
put
right
it
to
back.
you. Yeah.
Yeah. I might just put it back in the chat for a minute.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I didn't see many. I didn't look at the chat to see if anybody had any pushback, but like I said, based on the standards of how this go and what they require, as far as like some PhDs or experts. When you and Robert did what y'all did, that was the standard of a Dr. Clark, a Diop, or whatever. You show your primaries, and that's how it goes. You know what I'm saying? And then you let the primaries argue with each other. So if they have something that's in refutation of what you presented, brother, that's what they're gonna have to do. They can't just come around and just be talking about he's the damn pseudo. We ain't trying to hear that no more.
Yeah, that's all they got is a
Y'all can see the screen.
Name calling and being disrespectful and slandering people's good people, slandering people's character.
It's not in the back chat yet.
Yo, Smash, it's just on the twirl mode right now.
Oh, for
Yeah,
real? Let me see if
they're gonna do what Uncle's doing right now. They're gonna play the video and talk about it. They're not gonna show any sources to combat or try to debunk anything you're saying.
No, I don't expect them to because they've always like detracted against like what they do. They don't have any independent sources. They just read your source and try to like twist it against what it actually says.
That's exactly
Yeah, we see
what
it,
they do.
man.
Huh? All right. Oh, hold on. My cat locked on. No, don't worry about what I'm doing. I'm just listening to y'all. You're right.
Oh, okay. I thought you was.
I'm gonna do something once I can.
Yeah, well, go ahead,
Yeah.
Ken.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's like, is it because what's crazy is like, didn't Ankh start in archaeology? Like, wasn't that his main gig in the beginning?
Man,
What's the science of it all?
I found the gold mine the other night.
What you found?
Yeah, I was going back looking because I was like, man, I wonder, because it was, we was having a debate one night about who was on the internet first, Sonetta or SETI, as far as like YouTube. That's what I was talking about. I know Sonetta was on 125th before anybody, but we were just talking about bringing the information forward to the YouTube space. So I was looking for the oldest video I could find of SETI. And when I found it, it was 2008. And guess whose channel it was on?
Whose?
Oh,
for real?
Mm-hmm. He got a channel called Uncle Cat.
Yeah.
That's that channel right there is the oldest. So if you just go back and look at this, I was like, what the fuck is going on? Excuse me. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, this is crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I was looking at that. I probably looked at that for about 2 hours, just reminiscing about, man, you know what I'm saying? This is crazy. But yeah, that guy right there. So yeah, Unc he always been kind of wild, but you could tell just over the years. I think that what I really think happened when I try to analyze this, I think that SETI effect had them in the beginning deferring and trying to align themselves with him, and they never really was about that particular information.
All right, y'all see the screen, and I want to do something for everybody watching, and we ain't gonna go into no boring glyph reading. We gonna keep chilling. But y'all see this word say menu, right?
Right.
Yep.
And I reproduced it. It says quartz or a precious stone. So if I go back and we come right here, it says a picture made of black quartz, the right eye. You see the word menu here? After it, you see they say it's a Kim, but it's in parentheses. So let me find one that don't got it inside those little boxes. It was another one. Well, it don't matter. That just means that they saying there's a Kim there. But notice how the Kim is after the menu. So that means that it looked like this in the glyphs is what I'm trying to show. And we'll get to it. So that if I put what, KM? So it probably looked like that in the glyphs. This says black quartz. Right? Now, and I ain't gonna do this, but we could go through every different way that they use black, and it's gonna be constructed the same way. Like, you see what I mean? And so, but y'all can keep building, and I'm gonna keep on building some up on the screen, then we can talk about it.
Black quartz.
I think that what Garfield and Ankh and the rest of the pseudo killers don't realize is that the Egyptologists who are willing to come on their show, which they see them as a black show, regardless of what they want to describe themselves as, those Egyptologists are most likely going to be liberal against the conventional racist Egyptology. And like, if you talk to them personally, they're gonna be like how it's a stench of conservatism, it's a stench of racism, it's a stench of colonialism in the field. And because of that, they want to give more space for black scholars to be able to, rearrange the reality of what it means to study Kemet. So like when they try to ask them these bullshit questions, they're gonna do what Maggie Bryson did and basically sidestep and be like, oh yeah, they call themselves black. And it happened all the time. They were black. They were black. If they would be on the bus in Alabama, they'd be in the back of the bus. So it's like, I think they're starting to realize that. I mean, I hope they're starting to realize that. But if they don't, and they just keep stacking L's, and it is what it is, it's better for us.
For real.
Yeah, they've created the content that they asked us to go create. You know what I'm
Right?
saying?
They giving
Go
us
find us. When they said, go find us
ammunition.
an Egyptologist
That
to
agree
say
with
what
you.
y'all think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
that was the challenge. Y'all don't even remember that, huh? That was the challenge. They said, go find one to say what y'all saying. And they went and found.
Even though Smash did, but they found some that agree
No,
with
I'm
us.
just talking about, see, they done went public with this. You know what I'm saying? This shit is crazy. Like, if it was me,
Kamjiverse, I'm glad that you showed that the DNA science is racist. Like you put that first and foremost, right in their face. That they agree with the racist, that they on the side of the racism in the science.
But they gonna try to hide behind that. Like, oh, what is it? Racist?
Right. They're gonna flip it on the
Yeah, like
side
everything
of
racist.
Well, I mean, everything in the Western world is like the Western society was built off of colonialism and racism. You know, it's like if they want to side on the side of conservatives and the alt-right, you know, for just trying to go against black, that's what I call coonology.
I remember even Kevin Hart, they didn't want Kevin Hart to go to Egypt because he said King Tut was black. So it is real racism. Even
They put Beyonce and Rihanna in Egyptian clothes, and all them Egyptian Arabs was hella mad. You know, and I think it was hella funny how Dr. Bryson was like, my hair doesn't do what, like she didn't say nothing about no Levantine Anatolian wigs. He's like, my hair doesn't do what ancient Egyptian hair does because I'm not black. That was crazy. She was low key
yeah,
the
it
best.
seemed like she said like she was doing that on purpose.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, the way she was saying what she was saying, I don't know. It's like she was kind of like purposely letting, like, the best way she could just let them know what this is. She was really like, maybe she was trying to help them. You know what? Because that's what I was trying to do.
right, she was like, y'all on the wrong side of things. That's what she tried.
All right, now I'm about to ask the second question real quick. Now, it's going to be consistent. What I'm illustrating is that every time, well, this is the Kim. We all identify that, right? Now, look, this says black ram, son of the black sheep. They'll go to Kemet in the feminine. It got to match the gender. Which word do y'all think here? This is just a little, which word do y'all think represents the ram?
Z-A?
Z, that's Za, that's the son. Z, because James,
Z-J.
you should know, because the modifying adjective is always after the what? The noun, right? So so if this should be the ram, so I just threw that out. But again, now we got a Kim after it. So then when I come back to here, now we got a, and I just need to put a KM after this. Now we got a black ram, right?
Yep.
All right, I'm just showing this. Now, y'all can keep going.
I was gonna say that it looks like they're trying to fit a square peg into a round hole, because most of the Egyptologists who agree with them, who are like Mediterraneanites, they won't like African. Right? So they'll use like Near East or Eurasian, but they're trying to keep African but eliminate black. Whereas the professionals who say that they're African are like, yeah, it's black. They're black. They're black. So they can't get, like, they box themselves into a hole that they can't get out of, honestly.
Hold on. Supposed to be Ka with Ka over Ka. Yeah, I know. I'll be tripping off of that.
And it's crazy. I don't even see, there ain't no detractors in the chat. Like, I don't see anybody talking trash in the chat like they usually are.
They got a show going on right now.
That was funny, Smash, that Kaunissus seemed like that was the first, this period of argument at this timeline. I think that was the first attack that the community of skeptics, I guess, brought against you know, the Smash Rockwell channel. And I'm looking at Nicaeus right here on the screen. It was reminiscent.
Yeah. And this is how you write his name. Nicaeus.
Because I was gonna say
now I want y'all to see. What you say?
I was saying, you remember how the scholar, the only thing she could question was why was it Nicaeus or why it was spelled the way it was spelled.
No, why I had an extra A in there. Then I showed her they got it. No, I had something different in there, a different letter. It was.
Yeah.
But now look at this one. It says Nicaeus is the dark-skinned elder. Notice the Kim is in the adjectival position just like it was on the quartz. See? This is what I'm trying to show us. Right here, we know this is black quartz because it got the Kim after it. Right here, we know this is a black sheep because it got the Kim after it. When it comes to the man, they say, oh, hold up. That's a title.
But and it's in the position, adjectival position.
Yep, after the noun.
Yep.
In most cases, Kim is an adjectival position, right?
Not most cases, but in a lot of cases. So, because in the instances of some of the people, they took it on as a personal noun, and then it wasn't modifying. It was just Kim. You see what I mean? Their name was Kim. If your name was Nicaeus Kim, then they saying a descriptive of his name.
Like the black one would be like a noun, right? Of Kim.
The black one is Kimmy, yeah.
And then Nicaeus, I guess is that like the black spirit? The spirit of the black?
Nicaeus belonging to the spirits. Belonging to the spirit, to the spirits of Isis, I guess.
But where's the come? Well, how does
I said belonging to the spirit of Isis. What you mean come?
The Kim.
Oh, Isis. His name is Nicaeus Kim Shemes. Well, they say black and elder.
Oh, okay. So he's a black elder. Okay. Okay. His name is separate from the script.
Yeah. I'm showing the wrong screen. Look, I didn't say that. Look, this is what the TLA said, but this one just say dark skin. But we know they got that from the Kim. Here go another one.
Yeah.
Now look, this one isn't. You see, this say Teti. His cartoon.
You're not sharing. Oh, wait a minute. Are you sharing it on YouTube too?
I'm sharing it on YouTube, but I'm sharing it on the Zoom. I'm sharing it in the back chat and YouTube.
Okay, I don't see it on the.
Do anybody else see it?
There you go. I see it now. I see it now.
I see it.
Do y'all see how these two names are different than each other? Look, Nicaeus Teti and Nicaeus Isis. If you look inside the Shinu, it says Isis, and this one says Teti. These are two different people who called themselves Kim, and they was called they called the dark-skinned elder. This is why she said it didn't happen. It happened not infrequently. Like, come on, bro. It ain't gonna be.
Word. Matter of fact, I'm glad you breaking this down. So now, why did she use the term nickname? That's what I wanted to ask you, Smash. She's saying like a nickname. That's what she said, right?
Well, I can show you instance.
I'm like, why did she say that this like most people, and then I was thinking about our culture. Like in your family, you got a nickname, don't you? Your mom and them call you something that we don't call you? Or like people close to your family?
Not really, but I know what you mean by nicknames.
Yeah, like most like I got a nickname in my family that most people don't call me. So I was just thinking about that culture.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to show you if I can find it.
And then you were saying that somebody got the Kim in their name twice. Remember?
Yeah, but that wasn't. We didn't determine that didn't mean anything like that.
Okay.
Oh no, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
he got Kim in his good name. But I don't want to go into the book. I thought I had a picture of it somewhere around here, but probably not. But it's basically from this work, The Rock Tombs of Mier, book 4. And you can see it right here, but it's hard to see. This is the one I showed the scholar. Y'all see his name? Happy Kim.
Mm-hmm.
Again, the Kim is behind the name, just like when we were showing the bulls. Look, that's what I was showing people. It's the noun and then the modifier after it. He the noun, right here, the name of the bull is the noun. And we even got Sabi Kim who they put a man and then the Kim. And so this is what she was talking about. I think we won that argument because they already know. They can't find nobody to say that ain't true.
Now, is that older than Pepi? Because Pepi was what, 6th dynasty? That looks older than Pepi.
Wait a minute, that was 6th dynasty too.
Oh, okay. Now, because in that work kind of the argument of my Saber, old Saber, saying that it was a title because people were like taking it after Pepi.
Well,
which we
he didn't demonstrate that. He just made this shit up on the fly. And the appropriate questions would be, where is Pepi? Where does Pepi call himself the Black? Either Pepi would have had really been Black. Pepi, his sisters, the primary attestations say that Pepi was Black. Now you see, you see what I got open this files? I'm not gonna go no place else to refer to what we're about to talk about. I think it's gonna be this picture. Now look.
Yeah,
this is the face falls on face, right?
Right.
Here go the skin and here go the black. Now anybody could get a dictionary and go I-N-M, skin, and then we got this determinative, which is a hide. Well, now this might confuse you because this determinative, this word could mean skin of a man, hide of an animal, or something else. But when we read this text, they're referring to picking up Pepi after they found him all black in his name, the Great Black. And we could go look at the TLA, say that too, so people won't, I'll go to the new TLA, so people won't think that I'm just making that up. Real quick.
Right, because you had the Egyptologist even review this, because you were talking about how many faces there were.
So the thing is, people say, well, when you dead, you black. Okay, not necessarily. Not when your culture is in the mummification. The process of mummification stops black putrefaction. That's why they did it. And so, I mean, to delay the decay process, definitely. I don't want to say just for that one thing. But first, I was coming to the new TLA to show what real quick? You know, I ain't got that memory. I'm tripping. I'll go back and look, but if anybody recall. What you say, Yuri?
Face falls on face. Pepi shit.
I could barely hear you.
He said face.
For Pepi.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Thank you. Appreciate that. Well, actually, I'm going to open them both. Because this one going to have it in order. I don't know if I can do it in order in the new one yet. But now,
you said you said you was going to show them in the TLA from that attestation about the high.
So we're going to talk about the sisters. Whether they was talking about he was dead or not, we're going to read the whole text. Because they could have been talking to his blackness as if he was dead. But I hope we following the story, because Yoseba has said that they might have took on the name after Pepi. And my response was, Pepi never took on a Kim, but he was called Kim, so he might have been Kim. Now he might have been black. You know what I mean? He might have been dark enough for them to call him Kim. But let's look at. Here goes some more funny stuff. Notice this. These seem to appear in history before Pepe happened. Well, Teddy ain't before Pepe, so wait, let's see. Hold on. Yeah, okay, Teddy is before Pepe. So look, now that killed it right there. So it's dead, because that's why I like coming to this TLA, because they put it in order for you. And this appears to have a because after Pepe, it's over with. Pepe the second, at least. After Pepe the second is over, the whole dynasty is over. So what I'm showing us is they was calling themselves the dark-skinned elder, and we see it at the corroborated sources before Pepe was king. So that argument just go out in one quick TLA search.
Yeah. Yep.
But if we continue, we're going to go to the attestation. So this is the one I show the scholars. Now let's look at the context of this to show y'all I'm being honest about it. Because if you look at this context, what you're going to see is it ain't got nothing else. Look, this the whole text. See? So you can't act like I'm putting nothing on it. I'm just reading what the screen say. It says face falls on face because of the black skin that shoe lifts up. The fist open guide what shoe lifts up. So you know what this is, right? All we got to do is take the context. It's a pyramid text, and it is a Jed Medu recitation. So it's for Pepe to be amongst the Netaru.
Yep, he's dead.
Exactly. But that ain't why he got black skin. What I'm saying, Shu is picking up his black skin. See what I mean? So when Shu lifting him up, she's taking him back to be amongst the Netaru. All right.
And I would, you know why you said, I'm glad you said that, because I was thinking the same thing. I said, that's what they're going to say. He dead.
No, because there's another one.
You know,
let's read this other one then.
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead. Well, I'm going to get it until I find it.
Okay, so I would add that we have read while he was alive, he had dark skin. I mean, it reads that he or his name has Kemet in it.
No, you're talking about this guy right here. This is another one. Look, he happens after Pepe. This is Pepe Aunt Kim, the one she spoke about specifically.
Okay, now is there in the attestation, does it say that Pepe was dark or black, and not during his death, but in his life?
And well, let's go look and see.
Man, slow down. That got a D and a capital M. What's up with that?
What are you looking at?
Am I looking at that wrong? Is it with the Pepe Dem? Is that
That's
a
Kim.
D? Oh, I was looking up right above that, right there.
Oh no, this is the black cows.
Right below that one. No, right in the middle, right in that orange. Ain't that a Pepe and then a DM? Go up one more look in the yellow or whatever that is. Then go to the right a little bit. You see that?
No,
right
this ain't. This is the source. That ain't got nothing to do with yeah. That's the source. So it says the rock tomb of Pepe Anku, and this is it says room 3 is probably, I don't even know what that means.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know. I thought I was like, what the hell? Like, what is it saying DM?
Well, now that even let us know even further that his name is Pepe Aunt, and the black is descriptive. The Kim put after his name. But
boom,
that's just another person. Let's just keep going though.
And that's still before Pepe 1, right?
No, that was Pepe Aunt is after Pepe.
Okay.
Now here it is. Let me see. But the text we're going to find is going to seem like it's after Pepe, but it was copied into another pyramid. So let's see if I can find it. We're in the New Kingdom now, so
I know. He lived to be about 100 years old. He was like the oldest. That's the old king. So I know there's got to be writings of him during his life, and I'm wondering if there was a description of what he looked like. It's got to be.
I don't know the descriptions of what none of the kings look like.
Well, we've got attestations where we've got descriptions of what people look like, not just while they, when they were dead, when they were deceased.
Yeah, but I don't know no writings about what the king looked like. I don't know of them. I'm not saying they don't exist.
I mean, even if the descriptor, even if it's in the name while he was alive, to me that's a living description. Like even the children of the family of the blacks.
I mean, what you mean? They wasn't all called, black wasn't like their surname though. They wasn't all called black. It was just like 5 of them who had black on their name. So they're called an Academia of the Blacks in that book. But it would be incorrect to think that was like their surname. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay, so that Kim was not in their family name or father's name.
Ancient Egyptians didn't have no family name like that.
Okay,
like a last name. Think about it. What was Ramses' last name then? It would if you feel me. The double names don't constitute a surname because your son don't take that on to show that he was. That's how a surname works. You feel me?
Now that's something we might need to review because it's like what 4 or 5 names. You got secret name, Heru name, Nisubidi name.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, which there's a family name. Like the father.
You mean a birth name, not a family name.
Yeah.
It ain't no family name in none of those names.
But don't some of the I guess those come from birth names. Don't some
the
of
closest to what you're talking about would probably be seen in the birth name, but those other names they just take on. Yeah.
They said Side 12 just asked for the panel link.
What for? He ain't never did that.
The panel?
I don't know. I think he's just trying to sneak in the back
I
chat.
just could imagine the looks on y'all face.
No, he trying to sneak in the back chat.
Right.
I ain't mad at Side 12 though. I'm just saying.
Right. I just wanted to see the reaction. I'm just thinking about you and Sadiq, how y'all face probably would look when I said that.
Side 12 he never agrees with any evidence.
Right.
He's just like an infinite detractor.
Some people be doing that. Some people be doing that. All right,
well, I'll tell you what.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you what. Lately, I know when I first came on Smash's channel these few months, there were a lot of detractors that would come in, and Smash would let them in, beat them up. But they've kind of gone by the wayside, not just by not allowing them to come in, but they don't even attempt to jump on. When the link is there, they know it's solid information coming forth, so it's no need in coming over here trying to bring that type of energy. I was just noticing that. And I think that's a good thing.
Now, let me ask y'all something. Why do you think these scholars put Great Black right here and they not, well, they put the 10th district or similar, but that's to play it off. This one, you can't play this one off. These scholars chose to put Big Black Man, right? And they put Great Black. This is all, I looked into all of this. It's fun to look into this, and we could do it too. But notice how this is all from the same, if y'all look, it's the same, not, I don't want to say family, this say about dynasty, like 3rd and 4th-ish, right? But this the Great Black One. Now notice, that's a person too, but look, this is Kim but this is what the 10th or similar district. So either all of these places was in Kim right? Which is about the 10th known. But it don't make sense when we look into the text. Look at this. This is where you venerate a person. Kim Amaki, the revered one. Now they could say the revered. I mean, no,
Right.
it's the great revered one of this location. But I went and looked at all of these, and it don't appear to be the way they're making it. But I never argue this because I know that this, you know, when you look at it, they are talking about locations. It's just in some old kingdom writing. But let's keep going because here's the one we want to look at.
Let me ask you this. When I think of Kemwer, I always think of that one place, and I think of that place where, and I consider it like Camp David, where the Nisut Biddies would go, like on vacation. And I think I don't know if it's Elephantini, but it's like an island that they called Kemwer. And I know that I think Imhotep may have been born there, and I know there are a couple of, or at least one Nisubiti, and one, for lack of a better word.
Well, they got all kind of stuff like that for Kim Art. They say it might be an island, it might have been the 10th Nome, it might have been the Bitter Lakes region. And so we're gonna go in on that.
I think it's the same. Okay, I'm thinking that's.
I'll be right back. Go ahead. I'll be right back, y'all.
Okay.
But you can keep building.
I'm thinking that's the same location. Even I think the Bitter Lakes region still is that area where that island was at, and I'm thinking it might be near the 10th Nome as well. So I'm thinking it's the same location, and I would hope that we would actually go in and see exactly is there a difference between it. Then when you were putting up there that it was the Chem word was actually speaking about people, big black or great black, I think we should investigate that as well. That would be a good dividing system to see what they're actually talking about. I think that would help with the Chem argument as well. But while Smash is coming back, James.
Yeah, what's happening, bro?
You know, when I think about it, I don't know when the video of Sarah Sutin, or Seti and Tef, came or was posted on YouTube. But if I'm not mistaken, the first time I ever saw, I think I saw Seti online was when he was in Seti from Detroit, right?
Mm-hmm.
When he was fighting, or he was not fighting, but he was at a county or commission meeting, and he was actually being an activist for the community in the. Do you remember when the date of that video?
Well, that's a video that he showed later on. I think that video is from a news clip in Detroit where he was actually on the news. And he was at a city council meeting. He was fighting because I think he was some type of a teacher or something.
He did,
or like a councilman or something that he was doing before he got actually on YouTube. He was already doing that in Detroit.
Yeah, he was a counselor at, I think, a middle college,
youth counselor.
Yeah, at a college or something like that. I think it was like a 2-year college, a community college. I believe he was a counselor.
Yeah, I mean, to not get lost in this particular modern history, I think we need to document that, because we'll get people to be lost on this if we don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like how we all got to the point we at now, because this is really a continuation of Diop's argument, whether we want to admit it or not. This fight is still continuing on. And then we look at what happened at the Met and all the museums that they have going on in New York, the two that they put his work in, they're just acknowledging his work 30 years later. So we're in the sweet spot of this, especially when we start to listen to these Egyptologists that they keep bringing on. They've made a shift seemingly right in our face, but we still can't give credit because we were the ones pushing this argument from the Diop and the Theophilo Banga, Dr. Clark eras, and prior to that, going all the way back to W.E. Du Bois. So
All
we
right.
can't just yeah, go ahead.
I'm hearing you. I'm with you. Let's deal with this real quick. This is the text, and y'all can tell me what it is talking about. I know what I think. Now, this is to Teddy, as we can see, his name is inside the cartouche. It says, speak words or Jed Middle. O Osiris Pepe. Why did they write Pepe over here when they say Teddy in the cartouche? Look, Pyramid of Teddy. Y'all see that? I can help him with that.
Yep, at the top, Pyramid of Teddy.
So that's got to be a mistake, right?
Yeah, that's what I was
It's
going to
definitely
say.
a mistake. But here's what's happening here. This text is copied over, right? But I don't know. I don't know how they would let that happen because y'all can see if I click that's not gonna say Pepe. What that say?
Teddy Brown.
So maybe Teddy got some text. No, because the cartoons got Teddy, so this shouldn't be right here. See,
because then that's where, if we could fall into the trap of being a title, but I don't believe it. I think it's a mistake.
Well, I got remember I pulled up the primary, so that's just something happening with their computer. This is in Pepe's text. I mean, in Pepe's pyramid too, because I can show you it. Remember, we was just looking at it. We looked at it before.
Yeah.
So let's just read the text.
Yeah. We're gonna remember Osiris Pepe, and
It's not long. Speak, O Osiris Pepe, as your mother Nut gave birth to you. Gab, wipe your mouth. The great 90, really the 9, I guess, will protect you after placing your enemies under you. Carry the one who is greater than you. They said to you, in your name, the great saw. Lift up the ones who is greater than you. They said, in your name, the great land. Now look, let's stop here. In your name. Now this is a name for Pepe or whatever. That's calling him the great strong. But this just says, it looks like it says Ita-er. I don't know what it is.
It's totally except for that one line, right?
So what?
It's totally different except for that one line. They made a
No,
mistake on that
but
one.
what you got to notice is in this one, in your name, the great shrine. So in your name, the great land. So right here, when they say in your name, the great black, then they still probably talking about a location.
Eta, great Eta, great land.
Huh?
Right there where I'm looking on the YouTube. You got your cursors on the
word.
Ta-er,
right here.
Yeah,
Ta-er. So that, land and great, basically.
Yeah, but then in the transliteration, it said shrine.
In the translation, that's on this Ita-er. Yeah, the great saw. I mean, that's what they say in this one. The difference between this one and this one is the shrine. And this was the Thynic Gao, whatever that is. Something. But they put the great saw. They both really say the great land. Click into it. See, this say Sanctuary of Osiris. So they know that name. Atef, okay. Atef, the great father. So, I mean, so that was what that was doing. And this is just Ta-er, which it just says the great land.
Yeah, I think that's the same place.
All right, that's not what we argued. We ain't arguing nothing, but the point is they're places. So then when it comes to your two sisters, Isis and Nephis, come to you to make you whole, black and great. Now that part is real. See, that's what they messed up. They tried to say this.
That's crazy.
But look, they say very black. But hold on. In your name, great black. So now we got a Kemet in association with a Kim, Earth. But this Kemet is, we asked ourselves, the reason why this Kemet is feminine, I thought, is because it was Isis and them who was doing it. When we looked at the census, we had the Isis and Nephis, and they came to him to make him Kemet erect. But remember, some people was trying to say this was a place.
Well, I was thinking in this case, let's read it, let's examine it a little bit more, because I was thinking in this case it was his name.
No, that ain't his name. It's gonna get to the part. It's gonna say his name. Look. Your two sisters, Isis and Nephthys, come to you to make you whole, black and gray. So let's just start right there. That's what they came to do. I don't understand it.
Oh, so I know what it is. So that's what do we call it when they that's deification. They're deifying him, making him whole, great, and black. You know how everything when they turn him black, they're deified. This is where he's being deified.
That could be very well the case, but let's keep reading. In your name, great black, the Bitter Lakes Forest. Remember, I said they said that could be the Bitter Lakes region.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's referring to a place.
So they say they're gonna make him black and great. In his name, the Great Black, Kim
Right.
We're gonna make you Kemet Aret Im Renek Ni Kim In your name, the Great Black. So all of these are being equated to a place. But right here, they just said they're gonna make him whatever. I didn't use that for much, but that ain't to say that he was that before they said they was gonna make him that. So therefore, you would take it the way you took it, and maybe it means something about deification or whatever.
I think he's being deified, and then not that he's necessarily being buried at the Kemwer, but it's as if that's a holy place, like a spiritual holy place where the deified go.
Like this one. Look at this one. Now, they still got this associated with the Threbus, but these scholars are saying the great black man who is served by the crown Aret. Now, you see the Aret, you see the to him. That's not to it. That's to him. Let's see what this is. Service. To turn around to go to him. That's what I'm saying. All right, so this is service. I know how this word means, some type of service. Pull through, to surround, to circle it.
What do you think that means? Yeah, I'm not sure on that one. Who is served by the Waret crown? Who wears the Waret crown? Is that Osiris?
That's the red crown, if I ain't mistaken, though.
Okay.
A different name to say it. Let me click on it. This one?
Okay.
Oh, so hold on. That's the one. Okay, yeah, it's the white
crown. And even in that other one, we didn't read the last part of that sentence, and it was talking about the green and the greener. We know, if I'm not mistaken, that's referring to Osiris.
In a sense, yeah, they are. But they didn't say nothing about making him a Wasir, which is crazy. So I think we gotta.
He would have to. Well, you're right. It doesn't literally say it, but we know that's what he's becoming.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that I think that has something to do with Osiris.
Well, hold on. This is what we was trying to see. It says, "Come and see your son." Now that's a human,
right?
Right.
He's alive.
And then it says, "Who is served by the great black? Who is served by the Aret crown?"
Oh, wait. Great, hold up. It said the great black man.
I know it say that, but I just said the great black, because it do say the great black man, but that's what we tripping on.
Who is served by the Waret crown?
Because when you said come and see son, that might be them what do you do when you're calling upon a deity? That made them calling upon Osiris to come and see the deceased son.
You know what, man? It's all there's a lot of black going on around here. you know what I'm saying?
Well, what
like,
do you
damn, they keep talking about this. Is we just going over the same thing or something?
What
this is crazy.
Who in here? Who?
Now I'm just saying though, the way that they keep talking about this black, like they knew about it.
Oh, you talking about the
and this is in the 6th dynasty. This is the old kingdom.
Yeah. You're talking about the ancient Egyptians. Yeah, they reverence.
Yeah.
They reverence the darkness.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, it's like, but it's a color descriptive, so it's not funny to me that they would know this. It could mean they humans. So taxonomy is something that we've mastered as humans.
So, Smash, do you agree with that? Or is the come and see your son?
Big Black Lake is my name. These are names of bodies of water.
Now, again, big.
What, you talking about all of them?
No, I'm just letting you know that you can't see every Kim Earth and think that they talking about a great black person.
Right. Now, again, the black body of water. We know who that can represent, right?
Who?
Especially in the Nile. No, the Nile, Black Nile water is Osiris.
Osiris represents the Nile.
No. I'm just saying the Great Black, meaning the water or
no.
The
When they say the Great Black, they're never talking about the Nile.
Right, I understand that. I'm saying they're referring to Osiris, and I'm saying
Osiris is called Kim Earth, true, but that's because he was venerated.
Go back up real quick before you leave this page. Go back up, slide back up to that one.
Because I know you
got the question marks at. Just keep going up. We're going. You see two right there. Why those question marks is right there?
I don't know.
Ain't that what that is?
They
got 2 question marks around the standard and one around the Kim.
Oh, over there. Yeah, because they don't know if that's what's there.
That?
They don't know if that's what's really there.
On
that attestation, they don't know if that's what's really there.
So you have taught us that, and the reason why I used the Nile example, that Osiris is the black water, not the Mediterranean green, or not green, whatever color. Is it Mediterranean green? Is that what? But anyway,
it's the great
and
green.
It can be.
It's called green.
Yeah, and it could be happy. The Nile could be happy, but we know that Osiris moves down the river as the Great Black. You have taught us that.
Wait a minute.
You have pulled that out of the attestation.
But I didn't say he moved down the river as the Great Black.
Well,
I can show what you're talking about. I know you're not incorrect. It's just the way that you say it. So I want everybody to know what he's saying. He ain't wrong, and I'm gonna pull that up now. And when I talked to the scholar about it, he seconded my caution of referencing Plutarch as if he was a primary. I called it a secondary, and he was like, I like how you did that because you're right. That ain't really a primary source. But nevertheless, in this text, I think in book 2,
we got that here. As Osiris being the
Now, all that stuff about Osiris being a real person, man, if anybody want to argue that, they're going to come to this work. Because look.
Yeah, that's.
What does that say right there?
Isis and Osiris.
No, right here. You don't see that? Oh, this is, I don't know.
Oh, okay. On the, hold on. In his reign. That's it says in his reign. I'm not sure if that means literal, like.
Man, we could go back.
During the time period that they believed in Isis, of Osiris or Wasir as reigning, because that was the reigning deity, or was that a literal in his reign, as in that was a person that reigned? I don't know
He's
about that.
born from this guy. This is some old stuff, but I'm just saying. They talk about him, about a tomb and stuff. I don't rock with that, but they do talk about it like that. But we was coming here to see something else.
Yeah, we was coming to look at Osiris as the Great Black.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, again, the Kemwer, I guess.
Nah, we're going to show how he say he was dark and he was the river, but he don't say what you was saying.
Okay. Like he traveled down. Like, to me, I'm looking at it as, it wasn't the alluvial, it was the water. That's what I was getting from.
Damn. I gotta go to book 2. It says part 1 to 5.
Now this is real. This what we're looking at is this deciphered translation of literal text, correct?
From
not
University of Chicago.
Right. This is not like some like Plutarch's like written work. This is literal.
No, he didn't write it in English. This is
Right.
a translation.
Yes.
Man, I wish I could just go straight to it. I know it's right here.
You can't search it.
It's right here. Oh, this is the book, so now it's gonna make it better. No, man. I don't know, just carry on. I don't want to get caught up doing that. You feel me? Yeah, so I'm gonna look for it, but I don't want to be stuck like holding everything up while I'm looking for it.
No, it seemed like he was close to it because it had that. I think Typhon was close to it.
I just need to go to book 2. That's all I needed to do. Watch this. F. Now, that's all right.
Okay.
Just being tripping. I was tripping. Here it comes. That still look like the same book. Well, let's go back. What does this say?
Which one?
Somebody read
the
this
TLA
sentence. Well,
Okay,
I don't know how you seeing the TLA.
because I'm looking on YouTube and phone at the same time. I watch you switch back and forth. But yeah, I see the text that's translated. Eudoxus says that while many tombs of Osiris are spoken of in Egypt, his body lies in Osiris, for this was the place of his birth. Moreover, Toph Osiris, I guess that's Toph Osiris, requires no comment, for the name itself means the tomb of Osiris.
So that was just about whether they thought, well, whether some people thought he was real or not. But we're gonna keep it going.
Now, I think I saw. I don't know how real this was, but yeah, I don't even want to say that.
He say Horus is white right here. I don't know why he said that. But he said the Egyptians, in fact, have a tradition that Hermes had a thin arms and a big elbows. Typhoon was red complexion. Horus was white. Osiris was dark. But I don't know nothing about Horus being white. But let's keep going.
Yeah, but I was going to say, I think I've seen a documentary years ago where they supposedly, and it's off limits now, but they excavated the Sphinx, and down deep underneath the Sphinx, supposedly there is a coffin or a tumuli with Osiris.
So this is the part you're talking about. So you wanna do that?
Yeah. And thus among the Egyptians, such men say that Osiris is the Nile, consorting with the earth, which is Isis, and that the sea is Typhon, into which the Nile discharges its waters and is lost to view. And I'm reading on my phone. And I don't have glasses. Yeah, I don't have glasses on, brother.
Anticipated, save for that part which the earth takes up and absorbs and thereby becomes fertilized. So they said that Osiris was the Nile consorting with the earth. But it didn't say the black water or nothing. But they're going to have another part that you might want to refer to. Right
Yeah,
here.
I thought there was black. Yeah, dark water or black water.
This one right here, it's kind of, you're going to notice you don't really say that.
Let me get my glasses.
But the wiser of the priests called not only the Nile Osiris and the sea typhoon, but they simply give the name Osiris to the whole source and faculty creative of moisture. See, not darkness. Remember?
Oh, okay.
That was my whole point. That they didn't say nothing about darkness. They thought it was moisture that did all the magical, and nothing magical. They wasn't stupid. They just thought it was water that made things grow, and they wasn't wrong.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, because we was arguing that black soot, so black soil, and I'm like, it was the water. And I know what it was also, that the argument, or not the argument, the statement about the water made the hair black.
Yep, he about to say that next. But that water makes things black, but not that water is black. Look.
Right.
Osiris, on the other hand, according to their legendary tradition, was dark because water darkens everything. Earth, clothes, and clouds. So that let them know they thought that it was water doing everything. When it comes into contact with them and young people, the presence of moisture renders their hair black, while grayness, like a paleness as it were, is induced by dryness in those who are past their prime. Also, the springtime is vigorous, prolific, and agreeable, but the autumn seems to lack moisture, and it is inimical to plants and unhealthy for living creatures. So his point of view, water made things dark, and Osiris was dark because he was the Nile.
Right. Yep.
Here he talks
and that
about,
made go ahead. I was saying that made he travel, if Osiris is the Nile, or is the water, it travels from the mountain of the moon all the way from the blue Nile, the white Nile, and all the way up to the Mediterranean.
Egypt, moreover, which has the blackest of soils, they call by the same name as the black portion of the eye, Kemet. Now, even though he didn't say they called it after the black people, he didn't say that it's named after the soil. He said they call Egypt after the same name as the black portion of the eye.
Yep.
And they compare it to the heart. That's what he thought.
Now I'm talking too much, so I'm gonna mute my mic. Let some other people get it in.
No, you ain't talking. I'm about to mute too. Hold
up. Come on, Kamji.
So I think that the other channel, the you know who's are doing a review of Robert's presentation, trying to debunk his sources.
Oh, shit. Okay. It's time to run up on them. Hold up.
Yep. And they're all over there. Yep, that's what somebody sent me a screenshot, and I was like, wow.
All right, let's run up. Come on, let's go run up. Is Robert over there holding it down in the chat?
Oh yeah, we can't leave.
Let's give them so many arrows that they can't block them all. Let's make them go on the block arrows fast. So
they gonna block us off their channel.
So first of all, they ain't gonna block me if they tripping. I mean, they shouldn't
I feel
block
like
none of us.
they just ended the live.
I just got that attitude, they tripping. Oh, they just ended it. Cool. They can come over here. They ain't gonna get blocked over here. They ain't got nothing. Ain't even no emoji for no weak shit they putting up.
Damn. He said they just
They didn't even
ended.
do
I
nothing.
didn't
All
get
they
to-
did,
I didn't
they
even get
just
a chance to get an arrow off. That's shameful.
Dang, all right, we need to step it up. Now we need to talk about Robert presentation. Are we gonna critique that critique? Come on. We about to critique the critique.
So I feel like they just did because Robert had hella sources. There's no way they could have went through the whole presentation in that short of a
Nah,
time.
Robert had like 23 sources. I think you, like I said, you probably had about 30. So I think I stopped counting. I know Robert had 23 to 25 sources.
It's
of
like
all
more than
PhDs.
it's like more than that. Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know how much I had, but like I just know their pattern. Like they'll just take a source that you have and then try to reconfigure it to their argument.
All I know is y'all both did wonderful jobs. Y'all made the archers magi. I know you're making Smash proud. I mean, y'all making the group look good.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
At this point, like I feel like making a diss track at this point. It's a scholarship.
I heard you.
Yo, that cue up the tracks, Smash. Let us hear something. Word.
I know Smash is probably like, I don't have to hold it down. I got archers that can hold it down now. I don't have to go as strong. I can relax a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Got to step up though. When he can send one of the.
That was what the fuck was that? That was 24 minutes.
I already heard some fire too. Don't have nobody play that fire on them. Then they ain't gonna know what to do.
24-minute rebuttal. Yo, they gave the brother a 24-minute rebuttal.
They responded
That's
in
all
24 minutes.
That hour.
That's all it was, man. 24 minutes. They ain't got much to say. You didn't even make a half hour. Yo, and then he got some book he holding up. This guy, but that's your man.
Are y'all talking about like which channel are y'all talking about?
Community of Skeptics.
Okay, because I saw that they're live that they just did like
yeah, that's only 24 minutes. That's what I'm saying.
No, I'm seeing one that's like 2 hours long.
Oh, okay.
On a live, like it was like the live that they just did.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. It say 24
No, you
minutes
gotta refresh it. 24 minutes ago, not 24 minutes long.
Yeah, it was 25 minutes ago that it finished.
It is 2 hours long.
Yeah, somebody sent me a screenshot, and I was like, "Damn, that's crazy."
Yeah, it is
like
2 hours and 18 minutes.
Blur ship or whatever. But Robert went in. Like Robert's presentation is just like that was.
Look, they called it incoherent scholarship. Incoherentship.
Oh yeah, they
So
just
now
talk.
Robert didn't know how to present the fucking sources that he
No,
read.
it wasn't incoherent to me. It was
Yeah, I know, to them.
No comprehension ship.
And then, hold up, man. Yeah, this is shameful.
Man, Robert silenced them for 2 weeks.
Now they're gonna come start talking about incoherent shit.
But I'm just waiting for them to like at least one of them needs to do a presentation with sources. Like at least one, like maybe Brendan or like one of the ones who
that one's hiding. Brendan ain't in this. He fell off.
Yeah, I ain't seen Brendan in a minute.
He like, we wrong, man.
He saw the light and he decided to dip.
Because he had to dip because we're gonna ask for that Rebecca Wang source.
Yeah. And he doesn't want to do that.
Yeah, he like, it ain't one. He don't want to say she never gave me nothing. Y'all right.
Yeah, I've been looking through the TLA, but I stopped. I was trying to find Black Soil, but I couldn't find it. I couldn't find shit.
Yeah, it's not in there. You got a little bit you could go to the part that say translate by English and just don't even look for Black Soil. Just look for soil and then look through the categories, you will find it. But again, it's
also there is an example, but not like a mock Kemet, but like there is another.
No, that is not none of that. That shit is retarded. There ain't no Kemet word that mean the soil at all.
So it's like the fact that so many people say it, that's racist Egyptology. Because if you say something without a source, it's got to be a reason.
I got one of the leading epigraphers in Egyptology to say that on tape.
Wasn't it that white dude?
Yeah, he said that.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm just gonna.
Are you? Can you tell us his name? Are you allowed to tell us his name?
I don't want to, cause go type any scholar name that been on anybody pages in YouTube. Right?
Okay.
Do that real quick. I'm gonna do it for us. I'm gonna show you what I mean. This is what I don't want to do to nobody.
Yeah, it seems like people know it. See, people have mentioned it. I keep trying to remember. I can't remember what his name was. I mean, but I, not to put him out there. I just wanted to know his name. But you don't have to tell me because I know we have.
I got plans to use the footage, and then his name is gonna be on the thing. But until then, let me show you something.
Yeah.
All right.
And talk to the other scholar that sent you the tomb readings, the coffin texts, those 5 coffin texts. Have you talked to him lately? Over email? Not lately.
I want to hit him, but I haven't.
He sent you that. That was a jewel.
All right, let me show you. Oh, y'all, I'm showing the wrong screen.
Are we still streaming online? Are we in the?
No, we online. Yeah, we're streaming.
Oh, okay. All right.
If you put Dr. Rebecca Wang YouTube, look what pop up first. For her whole career. If you put, you can go to YouTube. I mean, I'm like, and then you go look, and then there's people.
Yeah.
You can see Chris in the chat slandering her and stuff. I'm saying I don't want to be associated with doing that to.
That's not cool.
Yeah, to nobody. I want to be able to be on the. I'm not trying to just get my information and then go.
Wow.
I want to be in.
They start.
Yeah, I don't want to have it like so. That's gonna be up forever. So now, if we refute, you can find people's videos where they was going at her over that.
Yeah.
And I'm just I ain't trying to put nobody in no situation where they mad at me. So I told him I'm gonna get permission from him and still ain't hitting back. Cause I ain't in no pity pat tripping like that. I got plans for that content.
Right. Yeah, that's a shame. Is that the only one? What about that's the only one that happens to?
Well, that's the only one that I recorded though, but I had a long talk with Dr. Rita Lucarelli. You feel me?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Cause I'm wondering if Carol Cooney that happened to her. I'm wondering if
oh yeah, it's on her, it's like that too. But I'm not saying nobody wasn't slandering her or nothing. It was all cool.
Oh,
I just prefer not to, because you know how cats gonna get on there trying to talk crazy, and I ain't gonna be able to monitor that shit. I have to turn off the comments.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, this was cool. I don't know what to say. I'm about to shut it down though and go kick it unless somebody want to get something popping.
I'm just chilling too. It was a great show, and at this point, I'm finna prepare for my next presentation.
Yeah, me too. I'm about to start putting. I was trying to think what I want to put together, so I kind of wanted to come to me.
Yeah, you got everybody. Y'all, all of y'all. You started this Smash, but Robert, Kamji, now you got everybody. You got the Magi's juice. Like, dang, I got to bring something now. I got to bring up some sources and put something together and come out of retirement. Pan African James, I guess you don't lost. You still gonna do some? I know you helped. You added. You work with Cam a little bit.
Cam was a big help in my presentation.
Yeah, but that don't count. You gotta bring your own.
Well,
I feel like.
Well, let's step
James,
back
you bring
for a
one,
minute.
I bring one.
Let's step back for a minute and celebrate. Look at how many new Egyptologists we got content of saying the Egyptians was black that we didn't have last year. No matter who went and got them, it just backfired on their ass. Now we got all this content that could just go. If this content is taken out of our world and placed on somebody's main line that's go viral and shit, don't you know them clips will go so viral?
Yeah. Like if Imhotep or Without History, takes it and puts it in the video. I talk to Without History a lot, and like he definitely enjoys our content, even though he's more quiet behind the scenes, but he takes a lot of our research and uses it in his videos.
Wonderful.
I want. Well, you said last year. I'm talking the last 10 years. When have we had Egyptologists come and render some positive information for our community like that?
And everybody, the whole world don't even know yet. We seen this shit, but we don't be getting even like 10,000 views. You feel me? So imagine this is valuable.
Mm-hmm. And one thing I hope though is what Kamji just presented. I hope like Egypt, like Hawass, I hope those cats don't start attacking. But I
hope
think
they do.
You do?
Yeah, I want to go to war with them niggas. Bring us to the limelight so we can take their damn heads off.
Oh, right.
Call the Magi name so we can show up with black flags. Call us out.
Yeah, we have to bring
Garfield might as well bring Hawass on at this point.
Go get him. I beg you to go get that nigga.
He might as well really do that.
Right?
Well, I think my presentation was a success, Kings. I don't mean to interrupt, but I just watched the pseudo killers rebuttal. They had two contentions. One was that I said that the pyramids were aligned to the north, to the Orion's belt, which I knew was faulty. And you hear me in the presentation.
Well, you
trying
don't
to
want to
alter
say
it. I
that
said,
so fast that it's faulty, but keep going. Right. And what's next?
They say that was one, and the other one was the Joel D. Irish excerpt that I brought out in Fred Wendorf's book when he said that, and they repeated it multiple times, that the individuals found to be in Naphtali were most similar to Negroes. I stated that they trying to say, well, I mean, they try to put words and say, well, because I made it as if they were Negroes and didn't continuously specify that they were most similar to Negroes. That was their biggest contention, and that the survey that the analysis done was constructed by utilizing a single specimen dealing with the mandible bone, the jawbone, and so that was their findings of how they interpreted the individuals of that particular individual of Naphtali to be most similar to Negroes, and they said that does not necessarily reflect all of the population in Naphtali. And I think that that's funny because when we utilize that same argument dealing with the bodies that that were found in the region dealing with Joanne's Cross's work, they, you know what I'm saying, we told them that doesn't reflect the ancient population, that reflected a single, you know what I'm saying, it was found, those bodies were determined to be found at a particular site dating back to a particular period. They threw that out. So out of a 3-hour presentation, they were upset because I said that the pyramids were aligned to the Orion's belt, and they are upset with Joel D. Irish's work, which he agrees with Fred Wendorf and wrote in his book that that the individuals of Naphtali, South Egypt, which I stated, they act like I didn't say that it was on the borders of Sudan. I said on the borders. Those are the only two contentions out of the 3-hour presentation.
Well, Robert, you did a great job, and I would say that those pyramids are aligned with Orion's belt, and the prognostication of the jawbone. We noted that if that's the way they spoke back then, it's called. I'd rather be called a Negro than the other word. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay.
You got to
So
put the word Negro, then that's your problem. That's their
No
problem.
doubt.
let me
No
let me
doubt,
see
King.
let me see if I can play this. Tell me if y'all can hear this.
No doubt.
Y'all hear that?
No.
All right, let me make it
It's-
big up here.
You got a PhD on the screen.
Oh
Oh
shit! They go John
no,
Denona.
you don't got no PhD. That's a certificate. But hold up.
No, I was doing the who was that that came, Corey came on that attacked Corey attacked Asar Khan.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't got the credentials.
With the audio.
Right.
Entire screen.
But what they got, they ain't passing no damn
Let me see if we can hear
class.
this now.
Ain't got.
See if y'all hear this.
I'm on my bilingual too, man.
Y'all
I
hear
want y'all
that?
to know that. Yeah, King.
All right, let's listen to this.
Pyramids are one of the most common of all human architectural forms and one of the most stable. But the reason for building
I
a
don't hear.
pyramid is also related to a set
no,
of
press this
religious
off.
and funerary beliefs that the Egyptians
There.
espoused.
So y'all hear it or not?
Yeah, we hear. Yeah.
Yeah, we good.
Yeah.
All right, hold on.
Yeah.
Before I let the whole thing play.
My bad. I'm gonna
No,
put on mute.
it's all good. Before I let the whole thing play, I want to see if she gonna say what I want to say. Because I want to hear Professor Manuelian say it.
I see that happy cam.
Mm-hmm. Y'all can continue until I find it right. I just wanted to make
Robert,
sure.
I got some peer review sources that confirm that the pyramids are aligned to Orion.
Indeed, God, bring them out, King. Take their head off again. You know what I'm saying? They, I doubt they're gonna address your presentation at all. And I won't smoke with Gullah Geechee so bad, but I seen today that they mostly on some joke shit. Everybody over there, really on some. It's all jokes, man. They ain't really serious about the scholarship. This shit is about cash apps and jokes, man. Because and it's scamming. You know what I mean? They put it on us, but me really seeing that, dealing with the psychology of these people, man, they really are scamming. Because for you to divert an entire 3-hour presentation, you didn't address the second half of it at all. You didn't address a single expert except for Joel D. Irish when he stated that the individuals of Naphtali were most similar to Negro. I didn't search the word Negro out of the book and find that, and that tell you he didn't read the source. I got the source from Wikipedia. That's just the picture of the book. The source from Wikipedia said that. And so you can go into the finest, but we all know in your typical analysis dealing with any type of work, they're always gonna utilize. I mean, you typically have limited specimens. They always say the same shit. This is not conclusive. Well, we got more work to do. Well, this is our findings as of now. If they got one mountable bone and this is what they find and shit, I mean, hell, you got to argue with them as to the reason why they attributed dealing with that quote where they said that is what's the quote? Let me get this shit. I got it.
Being Negro.
Let's get the quote. What did it say? The appearance of is that the one? No, that's what the fuck? Oh, so they pulled a fast one. They didn't. Oh no. That's the one. What? Why you showed this book? Oh, they showed that book. Talking about that it wasn't to the start. Joel D. Irish reported in the Holocene settlement of the Egyptian Sahara based on osteological and dental data. Niggas say I don't know he studied dental work when it's based on osteological and dental data.
That's his main work.
That's his main work. Osteology and paleopathology, dental anthropology. When he said, I am a bioarchaeologist with extensive academic and applied experience in dental anthropology. So I'm confused about what dental anthropology is.
Jawbones.
You know what? Oh, but you know what's crazy though?
Looking at their
You know what's
teeth.
crazy? Are you saying, Smash?
I'm saying, you know, he said dental anthropology, but go right ahead.
Yeah. I was just saying, like, Joel Irish kind of plays some games sometimes because, like, in one of his articles, he talks about how, like, Diop was wrong in inferring that the Yoruba came from the Happy River Basin. But then he says that West Africans, like the Yoruba and the Igbo, originated from a back migration from East Africa by Bantus. So it's like, you're saying the same thing that Diop was saying. You just moved around the musical chairs.
Indeed. I mean, they just what am I misinterpreting from the quote that says Joel D. Irish in 2001 reported in the Holocene settlement of the Egyptian Sahara, based on osteological and dental data, suggested a mainly sub-Saharan African affinity and origin at Napta, with sub-Saharan tendencies most commonly detected, but also possible North African tendencies, concluding that Hindenburg et al. Suggested that Napta Playa people may have been most similar to Negroes from south of the Sahara. The present qualitative dental comparison tentatively supports this conclusion, right? I didn't make that up. I don't care how many specimens they got, how many, you know what I'm saying? That ain't for me to determine. That's for them boys to determine. They came out with this information. I wouldn't have brought the shit out there. They saying that it suggests a mainly sub-Saharan African affinity and origin at NAFTA. Sub-Saharan tendencies most commonly detected. They telling that's what they're doing and trying. They act like this experiment wasn't done to identify these individuals. They're not. You know what I mean? This is being done to identify the people at Napta Playa. That's why you got the skeletons. That's why you got his skull. That's why you got his teeth. You're trying to see who this person is. And so when you do your analysis, and because you can't specifically say who is what, because this is still no primary evidence. It's primary, but you got different forms of primary. It ain't your strongest form because you still ain't got no oral rendition. You don't have any writings. This man didn't tell you out his own mouth who he was. So you can only still to a degree assume. You can never really truly be conclusive, and they should know that as scientists. They don't like to speak in conclusive terms, definitive terms. That leaves room for more work to be done. A smart person does that. You leave, that's your way to escape out the back door in case new findings come about. You don't like to definitive conclude something, but this is what they determine with this is what they determine with the analysis that they conducted. Mainly a sub-Saharan African affinity and origin at Napta Playa. Now, yes, they're not gonna say it don't reflect the whole population because shit, they ain't test 1 million bodies. You can't even say that even with 100 bodies, 1,000 bodies.
He juice.
They jokes, man. They crocs and they frauds, and I implore the Magi, turn the pressure up more. We need to see who next. I'm coming out with another presentation. Don't he? Them boys over there playing, man. They cracking jokes, talking about people mamas, man, all in the chat, bullshitting like they had an ether for me. You know what I'm saying? You done brought out 2 contentions in a 3-hour presentation. Y'all need to shut that page down, man. Hang that shit up.
Well, look here. If the family, if the Magi family or the Magi archers would allow me to say this, as an elder in the Magi page, both of you, Robert and Kamji, y'all got y'all captains. I won't say you generals because I'm gonna give Smash this is, you know, he started this. He's the general. Y'all captains, I'm taking y'all rank and I'm pinning it on y'all chest without the clips, and I'm punching them into your chest. Y'all both captains. Y'all we and whoever up next get the same smash then pin into their chest so they can get their rank. And we not competing with one another, but we challenge one another. We get in the dojo, and you know, we're gonna keep bringing this information, and that's just what it is.
Yeah, true indeed, King. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? And in the glyphs too. Thank you, for your respect and honors, man. Like I say, I strive to walk in the light of y'all. You know what
Real
I'm
quick, I'm gonna take us
saying?
off YouTube real quick. We got it's still 69 people. It's space for y'all to join the server. Don't trip. You know what I'm saying? Y'all could just hit up Sadiq right now. How you handle them in the chat, Sadiq? On a
Smash,
one by
before you
one
go,
basis, or how you do it? I ain't
Nah,
gonna
I
close
just
down the
dropped the
back
link.
chat. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. So
I
y'all
was
go
gonna
and
say on
join
the
the
YouTube,
conversation.
God, is there any way
I'll
to
redrop it.
play that clip from Stuart Tyson Smith so we can shut Sat 12's mouth up permanently?
What
You know,
clip?
from this interview, King, the W.E.B. Du Bois joint is it? Maybe I can grab the clip and bring it back out. But you know, in that presentation, he literally says, and I got the quote, God. But what's the timestamps that I gave on that? 53:40 or something like that, where he started at. But his quote is a hierarchy of race developed by Morton, Knott, and Giddens, and still deployed today by white supremacists cannot be sustained if not one but two great black civilizations arose in Africa at the dawn of history. It is therefore entirely appropriate and even necessary to confront constructions of race for Nubia and Egypt in the recent past and acknowledge both civilizations as African and black, dispelling the myth of race, of classification and ranking that have their genesis with Glidden in the beginnings of American Egyptology. Now I got the timestamp so we can, you know what I'm saying, time Sat 12 out for 24 for line. The timestamp, I'm gonna just get the clip and bring it back out, God.
So why
Let me
Side
yield the
12
mic.
lying? Why he lying then?
He won't concede, God. He's saying that the article did misquote Stuart Tyson Smith. Okay, maybe it did in the beginning, but see, you left out. And if I could, maybe I could. Will it work if I share my screen?
Yes, it will.
If I share my screen, will it play the video?
Yes, it will.
Shit, you let me get to that video, God. You know what I'm saying? I'm
But
gonna
I
pull
was
it up
getting ready to
while y'all
close that shit down. We could keep. I mean, I'll keep it running. I mean, y'all. I mean, it's just popping. It's 70 people in the building watching. Shout out to y'all if y'all want to participate. Side 12. There go the link. Yurick just shared it. I'm gonna try
Stuart
to
Tyson
pin it. I'm
Smith.
gonna try to pin it.
There he is. I got it, King. It's up. I hope it play. Will it play good?
I'm
And
supposed
it
to make some
sounds choppy
homemade.
as hell.
I'm supposed to. So here go. All right, let me talk to y'all. I mean, real talk.
Too.
Let me real talk, y'all, real quick. If y'all a hustler like me, I'm trying to get my daughter on this. Cause look, now first of all, you got to be humble to build an enterprise, right? You don't really have to. But look, how much a loaf of bread cost?
About $5 these days.
I know. Let me see. I just got shopped at Aldi's today. Aldi's got good deals, God.
All right, look.
You can give like.
You say
but y'all be in
$5.
Cali though.
$5 about that.
Cali, yeah.
For that good.
California.
How much a loaf
y'all
of bread costs to make?
Oh, that's cheap.
Yeah.
Probably about. Probably about $2.
You think what? You think $2?
It costs way more than that. You need the materials, time, and
What you need,
everything.
flour?
You think more or less than $2?
More than that.
What you put in? What is bread? Is what, flour, water, right?
Flour and yeast, bruh.
What about the labor? The labor and the time.
You gonna roll that bread, right? I'm just saying. Now these people got machines doing that. But look, this is my fun thing that I want to know. And this is another thing. I know it sounds funny. I'm gonna start with the funnier statement. Why do Agos have a monopoly on waffles? And the second thing is, why it ain't no black bread company in all of America? See?
Damn, King, we do got one though, God. We got one.
Some
and
bread?
it's
Where
still
at?
to your point. Yeah, we do. We got what's called a black bread. It's literally called, let's see, black on bread. It's only one, Smash. So your point still very much verified. But it's a It is only one, God. Only one.
I don't know of them, but I know that ain't no big
There
thing.
you
But
go.
I'm like, so we got Wonder. So it's some family called Wonder. They said, by the way, the Tyson Smith quote is at 10:22. Some family named Wonder is some family name who got egos, and they just got a monopoly in America. I mean, I know I'm going off topic, but this is how I be thinking. So I was talking to my daughter, like, we about to make some bread from scratch. Because first of all, that's a skill we need. And to understand what Kamji is talking about, we need to go through the process to see. Because I can't imagine that how humans survived off bread for hella centuries, that it was a cumbersome process to produce. Even though they had flat leavened bread cakes that probably just got baked in the sun or whatever. But anyway, that's my hype right now. I want to make bread from scratch. I'm gonna have sourdough. Watch, it's gonna be
Get that,
on.
God, because
You
it's only
feel me?
one, King. Please do that. I pray for that, God. I pray for that.
Well,
Every night.
what we do
7:11.
is we. I mean, in my family, we just having fun. We'll do a weekend experiment like that, try to create something new. And if it pop, it's gonna pop. But if not, it won't.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this though. We
It
Africans
will pop. It's going in.
come to busting down that grain. They don't have a problem doing that and then adding water to it and turning it into a that dough and whatever they add. I don't know if they had yeast or whatever they add to it. And I mean they did it every day. And, oh shit.
It's only one, Smash. The competition, you know what I'm saying? Please. God. Blessings be upon you, King. Get that going, King. I'm buying on God, I'm buying loaves.
You hella
Because we only
funny.
got one. We need competition, man. The
I ain't
boys
even
need some
talking.
serious comp. There's only
So,
one. It's called Black Bread Company.
so not
Bold and
necessarily. Oh,
fresh.
I'm tripping. You can't
I
hear
can
me.
share my screen again.
So not necessarily that one idea in general, but I be like, I mean, I do all of that, dude. I don't even care. I be like,
Yeah,
why
King.
we don't even? It's so much stuff we ain't supplying. But even when I think about waffles, am I tripping? Name another brand of waffles besides Eggos. You probably could think of
Everything off brand.
Power.
Everything off brand as well. Sam's Club or some Sam's Choice, some shit niggas don't really eat.
Yeah, it's just either
I feel like I got
you know another brand of waffles.
Yeah, it's the ones nobody going to, you know what I'm saying? They be freezer burn in 10 minutes, G. Everybody gonna get the they're gonna be mad if you don't bring Legos or Pop Tarts back, G. Them babies gonna be
So
mad.
you trying to tell me? Oh, bruh. See, I'm giving
Have y'all heard
ideas.
of Van's gluten-free blueberry waffles?
Yeah, I have heard of those, and it's some Power Jacks too, or something, Power Koyak or something. But think about this.
Yeah.
What about waffles in a bigger box, like a small pizza, right? And they the waffles the size that you get when you go to the restaurant. See? I'm telling you, $5
for
tricky.
sure.
It's two in the. I mean, you
Yeah.
know, I'm just hypey.
No, yeah, for sure, God. Get it going, Smash. I'm buying them, G. We need that. That's what, Master P tried, he tried hard, and I salute him so, a lot, man, because he the only one I see, King. It's a
Wait a
couple. I
minute.
had an Instagram. Indeed.
Hey,
He got ice
here's a
cream and
question.
cereal.
All you really need to do cereal is the boxes, bro. I'm
Yeah.
just saying though. You think Master P was like he probably was, but you think that was making his cereal from scratch or that was repackaged generic cereal?
Probably repackaged generic. They gonna, do it. It ain't, it ain't what you call that? What start with an EG when it's what's it called when it's supposed to be high quality? Start with an E. Let me Google that right quick. What's a
My sister got
synonym?
one of the best bakeries in the whole Bay. That's hers. I don't even want to,
Oh
yeah.
shit. Damn.
But I looked at how she started with her ingredients. She just was like, I'm just gonna use everything don't nobody use, and I'm charging, and it worked. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, you can just really just stick to your
Hell
guns.
yeah.
What is it?
Man,
What is her
King.
bakery?
Yeah, get it going, God. Get
I'll
that
let
going.
you know. You'll be surprised if you knew that was my sister. But
Yeah, I probably have went there before.
What you call that shit when it's like them donuts? You know what I'm saying? Like Edmonds donuts. Like it's supposed to be like it start with an E whenever it's some exclusive high quality product. They be like it's damn, I can't think. But yeah, Smash, get that going, God. We, you know what I'm saying? That's what we dying for that. You know,
Oh no, I'm
breads,
just
water,
talking on
water
the
company.
I'm definitely about to do it for my own self because I never cooked the bread before, and I want to cut my own slices and then make a sandwich. But I just be thinking like a farmer. Well, let's think of not a farmer. What's that called? Sometimes I got aspirations to be with my family at a farmer's market on some low level
Yeah.
shit, not really tripping off selling stuff, but trying to build something from the ground up. Have you ever seen small businesses that really had a good product at a farmer's market? Like they might have some local honey or some shit like that.
Yeah. We go to one every weekend out here, you know, in the Tri Valley.
Gourmet.
Yeah.
I was way off.
Yeah, I got
You start with
small
a G, not
aspirations
E.
like that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm talking about those type of, do something with your daughter type aspirations. Like, not like build a bread enterprise and shit.
Yeah, God, we need that. That's the power right there. That's the success, man.
They have
God, that shit.
here and just out in the front yard, and I've seen people just pull a potato.
That'll be fire,
Oh,
King.
you right. Where you live, Patah?
South Carolina.
Man, they
Me
be
too,
doing that where I
Patah.
live now. That on the weekend is this
North
one
Carolina
park.
now.
There's one park that all the cooks go to on the weekend, and they just set up, and you can walk up to any of their stand and get your food.
Oh man.
Well, you saying like at the farmer's market?
No, it's just they just made their own. They go to a park and everybody set up their own grill, but you could buy a plate. You know what I'm saying, off anybody.
They do
Yeah,
that
like
here.
a venue joint.
Them food trucks be too.
Yeah, we talked about
Yes,
food
man,
trucks.
do
So
that,
he
King.
said he got the timestamp of where you supposedly made an error. Do you want to address
Yeah,
that
I
or
got the
not?
video, God. We want to pull up the video?
Well, he said he says the article misquotes 2 times the video. What article is he
Forget that
talking about?
article. You know what I'm saying? Fine. You okay, fine, but you still checkmated, bro.
No, he always do the shit. Because he said the part you're referring to is correct, but that was not the quote in the article. Who talking about the article?
I don't care about who cares? You know what I'm saying? Okay, the article is misquoted, but we can listen to this man out his own mouth. Forget the article.
Oh, so you
his
put the
own
article
mouth,
in your presentation.
Yeah, I got the article, and if it's misquoted, it's misquoted. You know what I'm saying? That's fine, but that man still utilized Black African civilization.
He said it right one after another, Side 12. Let that go. You nitpicking, bro.
You got that? You know what I'm saying? You got it. He was misquoted, but what's the who cares though? It don't matter when he still utilizes the term Black African civilizations to describe Nubia and Kemet. We got the timestamp. It wasn't in the who cares? The article ain't as powerful as this man's own words and his own presentation, the one that you was so bold, and that's so how disingenuous you are. I wasn't disingenuous when I brought out the article from the school. I didn't write that shit. I didn't type in black. The source is right there. You can click that source or type that in, and it's gonna pull you to the same article of the school he teaches at, the University of California, Santa Barbara. I didn't make that article, Sat 12. I didn't produce that.
How much yeast I need to put in this flour, y'all?
Shit, King, I don't know that. Ain't no way I can't cook worth a damn. I make the same.
I'm throwing this off. How much? I mean, I'm just trying to keep it on a light note, but I feel you forget what Side 12 talking about, family.
Oh God, King. We can tell you true indeed.
I can ask my Felicia, how much in the flour to make bread?
Well, I'm kind of like being facetious. It was kind of like a rhetorical question, but thank you. I'm just saying, do we even know how to make bread? What if we had to know how to make bread?
And I'm telling you, I make spaghetti, tacos, I can cook a steak, and that might be it, G. Grits and bacon, G. What'd you say, K?
So I bet you my grandmother would have been able to tell you, but she ain't here no more, but she could bake some bread.
Who eat meat? Y'all all eat meat?
Yeah,
I eat meat.
I mean, I do.
Can you
I do,
identify the cuts that you are eating? Like if somebody said,
Yeah.
somebody said
Not by
a
looking.
prime. What's
Not
a
looking.
prime rib?
It's like the highest quality of steak you can get.
I know, but I'm saying it's just like they call it prime rib. So which rib is that? Is it in the front or the back? Like what's the prime rib? If you had to cut a prime rib off of a steak, would we know how? I wouldn't.
I
Isn't
wouldn't.
isn't that the back? I'm thinking that's the back.
Yeah,
See, there
back,
you
but
go.
Think that's the back.
I started a goat one a couple years ago, and it grilled it and ate it. And,
All right, what parts of meat? What parts of meat did you get off of it?
They say primal rib section. What's the primal rib?
My son held the head. I cut the throat, bled it out, and then hung it up and cut it up like a deer. I
I'm
cut it
saying
in parts.
what cuts of meat did you get? So you the back legs, like the thighs, like
Yep.
what? Yeah.
Hindquarters.
You
I
didn't
got
eat
the
nothing off the back, did you? I'm just asking.
I gutted it, got the hindquarters, the two hindquarters, two legs. I got the back strip. I got the ribs. I got the forelegs. And that's about it. And, up the shoulders from the neck all the way down to the back. Just gutted it, and I basically ate the head got thrown away, and everything else other than the guts was removed.
Was you starving, bro?
Nah, I was doing something.
Okay. You was a sacrifice. Huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
They say the prime rib is beef rib. Beef rib primal comes from the beef forequarter. Steaks are cut from the tender ribeye muscle on the cow's back. Cuts from the beef rib are more expensive. Yields well marbled, flavorful cuts like ribeye.
Well, what's
They
a
all over the
T-bone?
cow.
What bone is a T-bone? I don't know none of this. That could be bite by the butt, if you ask me.
Let me see, King. Chuck rib, short line. Maybe this could help us, King.
I'm just smart. I'm still streaming. I didn't mean to still be streaming even.
That's good, God, because Sat 12 still in that line, G. He say he want to see the video. It ain't utilizing that he's a liar.
I'm gonna stop the stream at
Upset.
3 hours, so we got about 9 minutes because I'm just doing frivolous talk. I'm gonna go watch some NBA. Ain't no UFC tonight, huh? That was yesterday.
Man, say I'm lying. I swear
I
to
feel
God,
like
these boys
we're
hate.
about to get swept.
What about boxing? What about boxing? What's all this drama happening in boxing? So Devin Haney left his dad?
I don't think so, G. I ain't see that.
Yeah, they say he did.
After he lost,
For Floyd Mayweather camp now.
I did.
No, G, where you see that at? Ain't no way, God. No, that can't be possible.
They
Where you
talk
see
about
that?
it, and his daddy talked about it, so I don't know. He like Devin can make his own decisions. I could be falling for some YouTube hype.
I saw that. I saw on Facebook him and Devin and Floyd Mayweather was face to face, and they had some clip, not a clip, but a statement. I ain't really read into it, but yeah, I think he might have.
And the Lakers out of here, huh?
Yeah, they gone home. Gone fishing.
They about to be next
they
game, right?
Bring nothing. They go
Next
and they
game,
go home.
they up out of here, bro.
Oh, they won. They won yesterday.
Oh no, they won.
Yeah, they won game 4 yesterday.
Yeah, ain't no coming back from.
Oh, so they was about to be up out of there yesterday?
Yeah, they were about to get swept, but they won. Like Reeves and D'Lo and AD and LeBron put on the show.
Oh, so D'Lo stepped up.
Yeah, he had like 21 points, something like that.
I'm about to go
and
play
then like
the
AD
sticks.
had like 25, 23.
I know the Knicks won.
Yeah, Knicks won in
Knicks
Philly.
had a good ass game.
Yeah, Brunson broke the record for playoffs for the Knicks.
Brunson's hard, huh?
Yeah, he's good.
I forgot where he was at right before he was at the Knicks.
He was in the Mavericks.
What y'all think about Kyrie now?
Kyrie's tough, but that team can't win the championship.
You don't think they're gonna win?
They have too many defensive liabilities.
What about
So
D.
it's
Lillard now? Giannis is out, huh?
They're done. They're done. The Bucks are done. They're gonna get. I think it's what, gentleman sweep or whatever.
Is that
Yeah,
tonight?
they're
Is them games tonight?
I think
Bucks.
Some of them happened already today. 2 of them happened
Yeah.
already.
Oh shit! Yeah, it's live right now. Milwaukee versus. Oh shit! Yeah, Pacers are up 124-107.
I was about
fourth
to
with
go
one.
off. Damn.
Yeah, it's about to be. Yeah, is it?
Really?
Are they eliminated after this game?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the count is.
I ain't even been
But
watching. I just been.
No, they'll be up. The Pacers will be up 3-1 after